Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Happy to have you all here. As you can see, it's a very exciting day. We have a very, very special guest joining us. Just down at the bottom down there, you can see his smiling face looking up at you. Father Time himself has been kind enough to join us. Everybody go show some love to our boy, Kieran Shikato. He is a longtime homie and mod of the stream, and we're finally able to get him on here. It is 12 a.m. his time. He had to take off work tomorrow, so we are so grateful to have him here. That level of dedication is just real. And honestly, like, you've practiced
tomorrow,
with us
you
enough.
mean today for him?
It is today. Yes. You are now in today. This is true. It's Farkin Kieran. We have been making the Farkin jokes since he named his character. I'm glad I didn't even have to say it before someone in chat did. So proud of you guys. We're going to go around and let everyone tell themselves. In terms of my shit, nothing really new going on. No real updates. We are very quickly winding to the end of this campaign. Peter and I going to be planning a giveaway for the finale. We're going to probably have to discuss that fairly soon now that I'm thinking about it. So we will get on that. But apart from that, I will be doing the normal shit that I'm always doing. And until then, it'll be business as usual. As if I would miss an opportunity to fark about.
Go fark yourself.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy with all of you. Anyway, I want to say a quick welcome in to everyone. Kayla, thank you for the early show up. Food safety, welcome in. Always happy to have you. Aves, Kieran, appreciate you. Who else we got? Good old Rusty. We've got one of the pieces of Rustodia, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting there. We're getting there. So far, that's 3 total we've managed to amass.
Which doctor just raided you?
Which doctor just raided while I was thinking? Okay, damn, dude. What's up, Witch? How's the rest of your stream go, homie? I was talking to you about it. You seemed excited. I beat you to it, Kieran. I beat you to it, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. No, it doesn't even matter. He gets 2. How was the stream? Welcome in, Raiders. We were just kicking off our little weekly D&D game with our special guest, Kieran Shikato, down at the bottom there. I believe that is it for updates for me. We're just kind of going over the schedules for a week. I'm going to pass the ball over to Kieran. Perfect timing as the raid's coming in. Kieran, what do you got coming down the pipes for this week? You got any big plans for the people? Let them know.
This week is going to be a continuation on Baldur's Gate 3 and Mr. Hildebrand on Tuesday and Friday. And then the Wednesday and the Saturday, I'll be doing a co-op stream with Grim, if Grim is feeling well enough.
Okay.
He's been a little bit under the weather.
I feel that. I think that's pretty common all around right now. Everyone's kind of feeling other. Let's go, Karen, Chicago. Love that. Next up, Ryan, what do you got going on, buddy?
Well, so I hit 100 followers, y'all, at the Big Purple House. Woo! And I decided I gotta do something fun. So tomorrow, after our Ryan Rusty's Power Flower Shower Hour, I'm going to be streaming for 12 hours. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's going to be fucking crazy. Right after, probably like half an hour after. So feel free to jump right over. It's going to be 2 hours of Overwatch, 2 hours of WoW Hardcore, an hour of Fortnite, an hour of Fall Guys, 2 hours of drawing. I'm going to try and finish a whole other picture. 2 hours of Mega Man. I don't know which ones yet. And a secret 2 hours too.
Can I ask one question?
I love that your sign says games.
Games. Yeah. My one and only question is, like, how many just random pieces of cardboard do you have kicking around? Because this is at least the 4th or 5th sign you have made for us from random bits of cardboard. Resource. It is. I respect it. I really do.
I'm like that guy on the side of the road. Just bring me to the Purple House, please.
Take him to the Purple House. Well, everyone be sure to go show some love tomorrow. We will be doing I don't think we're doing Stardew. I don't even remember. Are we doing WoW? I don't even remember. Tomorrow's up in the air. We're gonna play something. It's gonna be fun. You should come watch. Yeah. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Last but not least, my boy Peter. What do you got going on over at Fire Mission Battery, my friend?
Well, as you know, things are wrapping up here, so unfortunately I'm going to throw something on for the giveaway. So we have time for that to be all prim and proper to go to the amazing viewer audience. So stay tuned. I don't think I'll post any sneak peeks. I think I'll keep it
total surprise.
Pretty hush hush. But yeah, so feel free to check me out on Instagram or fucking Facebook, Fire Mission Battery. printing.
Love that shit. Swing up to the link I just posted in chat. All the 3D printing shit you could ever ask for. I personally, I'm gonna show this off every opportunity I get, ordered this nice dice tower from them. This is my fucking Aztec Temple dice tower. Look at the cool goblet. We're killing it over here, people.
Just doing,
Damn,
doing
this
a lot
one-
of stuff.
This one was painted by
May or
me.
may not be a
That
3D
one
printed
right there,
horse
if you can
dog.
kind of see this
Let's see
little
if I can
little
get
house
this
right there. That was all painted by Peter. He does amazing work. Go check out his shit. For reals.
I love the middle finger one. That's probably my favorite.
The-
I printed this bitch in gold for me because I'm a fucking princess. It's my golden finger, bitches.
Middle finger
And what we're-
ever.
the things I
We're
would
talking
do.
about showing things off.
Hey, there's another FMV
There we
thing.
go. There we go.
There's the other
Look at
one.
that.
That is fire
Wow,
mission
I hope it
batteries.
rolled good. I hope it rolled
First
good.
ever international order. How long did it
Yeah.
take to get there? I'm curious. Canada to Netherlands. What was the turnaround time?
Not that long, actually.
You probably paid for
Surprisingly,
good posting. I did not.
Well, because you don't want to mess around with that stuff. It's
That's
not
true.
like, hey, just gonna toss this in a dirty box and it gets there. You need tracking numbers.
That's what I did with his dice.
Cause and
So
effect.
much
Cause and
bubble wrap.
effect.
I sent him like a dice and like a thank you letter for Christmas and everything. It didn't get there till like fucking mid-January. Because I'm like, I am not paying extra postage for this fucking thing. It's not happening. I love you, buddy, but Canada Post can suck it. I'm not paying those premium fees.
I'm actually surprised that from the Netherlands to Canada was pretty fast with that Stream Deck.
Yeah, that shit arrived. Kieran was nice enough to send me a little baby Stream Deck, which is cool. You can't really see it. The cable doesn't go that
So
far.
cute.
It's a little baby Stream Deck. I'm very happy. Yeah, your stuff made it here a lot faster. I think you paid for better shipping. I didn't even have a tracking number. You're like, do you know when it's getting here? And I'm like, I can tell you. It is between here and between there. And that's about all I really knew at that point.
No, Netherlands
Or the
gives a fuck.
Netherlands
Canada's
just-
like, yeah, whatever. It gets done when it's done. They're like, oh, it's beautiful.
It'll get there.
Loving package. Take it right to the person. Here you go. Mail it off. Really, yeah, fuck it.
Just
On a desk somewhere.
Huck it over their fucking shoulder into a
Fuck it,
shoot.
whatevs.
I love Canada
Yeah,
Post
the
here.
Netherlands probably has a better international.
I would
shipping
imagine.
system
I'm
than we
gonna be
do.
honest. Canada
It's all
Post
reindeers
is
and stuff.
slacking. Goblins are a hot topic right now on YouTube. Are they? Oh no. Oh
Reindeers and
no.
prostitutes.
Mogus approves FMB. You're damn right. So we're gonna I'm thinking we're gonna give away a dice tower. That feels like the most practical thing to do. Everyone
Most
seems like
D&D
everyone can
thing.
get use from that. I feel like sending stuff to Sweden is always have to pay. Oof, import taxes. Don't love that. So I believe that is it for covering things. Thank you again, Witch Doctor, for the raid and bringing your community in here. Hope you guys like some D&D. We are so thankful to have you, and we appreciate you. With that, let's jump in to a little recap and see where we left off last week. In the previous session last week, our party, hoping to stop the execution of Stanislav, which was set to happen in the Bloodspring Arena on the sands themselves, a trial, or more accurately, an execution by combat. Mantuka chose to turn himself into the forces, choosing to go into the arena with you as a partner. Little closer than you had maybe intended originally, while the rest of the party began the plans to launch their assault and free Stanislav from captivity and the rest of the city of Lysia along with it. Together, you launched your attack, both bridges being exploded at the same time, preventing any retreat from the north or south, your forces coming in from the east and west, cutting off any chance of reinforcement to the arena, and in a matter of minutes, managed to take it. However, not everything was going so well inside the arena, as Stanislav and Mantuka, attached by the neck by a 10-foot unbreakable chain, or at least, as far as you could tell, unbreakable chain, stood face to face with an iron scale hydra, a mythical beast from a far off land, suffering a number of near-fatal injuries. Eventually, Stanislav, you did succumb beneath the strikes of the beast. Mantuka, not wanting to be
Fuck that
attached to
guy.
a corpse, decided to sever your head from the body, and doing so, freed your neck.
consented to that.
You did. Pre-consented to having any body part removed that you needed to.
Mantuka didn't
Completely.
care.
They wouldn't have cared anyway, but it's good that you consented ahead of time.
It made me feel better about it.
Yeah, just see your whole head getting cut off. However, in doing so, freed you from the collar that was suppressing your magic. Your hammer, Torm's Justice, awakening at that moment. And your god perhaps showing you a little favor for the sacrifices you've made after this point, chose to bring you back to life with a very small pool of hit points at your disposal. With some help from Gregory, you all finally overcame the creature and slayed the beast. In doing so, captured everyone within the arena as well, and took the city of Lysia. We left off with all of you standing about, taking in your surroundings, having just captured the leader of the city themselves, Master Fel Alar. He now is a prisoner in your grasp, and the group of you, Mantuka, Stanislav, and Gregory, stand in the sands of the Bloodspring Arena, successful in your conquest. What do you all want to do? There's still the occasional sounds of combat happening, but it begins to die down. You see smoke kind of pluming up into the sky around the arena. Mantuka had his hands up first, so we'll go up there.
Oh yeah.
Am I still an ape?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah. I don't. You literally.
Have the dude
you
under
have.
your arm.
Yeah. You have the dude like by the head.
I'm aware
Kieran
of this. I
Chicago
just wanna
has
make sure everyone's aware
disadvantage
of
from
this right now.
Wraithwall.
Oh, good, yeah.
Oof. Enjoy that, Kieran.
And-
Enjoy that.
And how much ape time would I have left? What's the ape-
Concentration
what's the
for
ape meter?
It's an hour, so
hour
you
with
know,
concentration. So like that, you've been an ape for 2 rounds, so you have like 59 minutes and fucking 44
40.
seconds, give or take, left as a giant ape. Welcome in, Stormy. How you doing, buddy? Hell's fine too. You're just holding the leader of the city just aloft in by the head. And he's kind of just, could you tell your friend to put me down, please? I am an old man.
Put my dirty ape thumb in his
I
mouth.
rather find this hilarious. I think I'm gonna have him keep you up there for a
Just
little bit
has
longer.
an ape thumb jammed into his fucking mouth so he can't speak. A little, damn. He's just kind of struggling. Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Can I take a quick peek around and see if I can see the slave who took my stuff when I first got captured?
You can try.
I
Roll
want
me
to
a
see if
perception
he's
check.
in the crowd or kind of watching.
Mhm.
Avec le guidance.
Unfortunately, do not see him around. See what you get with the guidance.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately. You
That's
can't
fine.
make him out. There is still in the crowd here just throngs of now freed slaves who have overcome their previous masters, have thrown off their chains, and have absolutely turned the table, more or less. Some of them are outright attacking the people who used to control them. Some of them have chosen to accept prisoners, but there is still actively, more or less, the cleaning up of combat around you. But you do not see the individual you're looking for.
Gregory walks up to the big ape and he's holding the box. And this is probably the most stoic and angry y'all have seen, Gregory. Just looking at the old man. I like you.
Let me... Trying to spit his way out of the fucking ape finger. Trying to get a few words out, manages to be just, get me, go!
Mantuka?
I like
Let
lower
him
him down, like
down.
in front of. Okay, I drop him in front of get Gregory's.
He just plops down in the sand.
Immediately, before he even gets up, Gregory grabs his collar, and shoves him down.
Okay. Can I help you? I've surrendered. What do you want?
Oh,
Tell
that's
me.
not what I want. You're gonna be answering for a lot of things.
Have
If you so much as move a muscle, if you say a word, I will end you. Just like you've ended the lives of so many. I open the box up and the little firefox, the old man, just pops his head out and he takes out a fire dagger and slits his little fire hand. And just little magma starts dripping. Uh-huh.
This old man.
I've got this one, guys.
All right, Gregory.
And he's just gonna stand there, just breathing heavy. A little bit of tears welling up, just a little bit. But he's pretty angry. He's just gonna make sure he doesn't move, doesn't do anything. He's gonna let his friends deal with this, but the mayor, this is a bargaining chip that I am not about to lose.
May I
You
speak?
just mean mugging him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Permission to speak.
Okay.
Well, clearly you've all accomplished something very grand today. Tell me, what do you plan here? What's the end goal exactly? You've just taken a city from the Imperium, and you're expecting them to take that quietly. I am a bargaining chip, I know, I understand the way things are now. I'm your prisoner. But if you think you're making it out of this city alive, with or without me, you are sorely mistaken.
Oh, but it's gonna be a lot of fun trying.
So be it. I thought you were here to save people. Perhaps I was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you are.
Clearly.
This is less about saving people and more about making things right. However we can.
And how right would things be made when, well, those much more powerful than me put this entire city and every slave within it to the sword? Tell me then, what happens to your plan? Your vengeance.
The plan involves a lot of standing up against that and hoping for the best. Not gonna lie.
Hope. Well, see how far that gets you. He just smiles knowingly at you.
I will walk up and give him a little cup. What? Just give him a little.
Just gonna bop him.
Little ape
Give him a
slap.
little a little bop in the face.
Non-lethal little ape, like nudge, like you an ape toddler.
His head
Not
spins
lethal.
around 3 times.
Yep.
No, yeah, you just give him a little
A rough
down.
rubbing. A rough rubbing.
He just falls back into the sand. He kind of just lays there. I guess you didn't catch that part about me being an old man.
You'll
I'll
be
wait.
fine.
I'm sure. He lays there at this point. He is your prisoner. He's not going to do anything stupid. You slapped a collar on him. He can't do any magic.
Guys, he's got kind of a point. What's the next step here?
I think we should go back to the Druhillas with him.
Yes.
Anyone they can help us get him out.
If anyone can. Okay. Should we try and sneak there, or would you all rather fly there?
That sounds much faster, and I don't think there's much sneaking to be done at this point.
This is very, very true. Mantuka, I know you're really enjoying this, but... Sorry, buddy.
I snap and nothing happens. I kind of like hit my hand. A little bit of green sparks fly. He's like,
I'm getting the hang of this slowly. Huh?
and you just kind of.
No
Cool,
longer
okay.
a monkey.
Better. Getting better. All
I
right.
really enjoyed that. That was really cool. We can do that at any time.
All I did is look at you and say big,
It's not implied consent anymore. It's full on consent.
I love that. How many of us need to go? Okay. Him. Yeah, Stan, Mantuka, me, 4 of us?
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Okay, good.
Sounds like a plan. I go over and I just hold Stan and Mantuka. Say, oh,
I'm gonna grab a rope or some chains or something from like the first couple rows of the arena, or something like that, if possible.
Easy enough to find.
Yeah,
Pretty sure
I'm gonna-
Gregory has rope in the bag of holding somewhere.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna
Okay.
bind this guy up so that he can't try anything.
Smart.
He's
And
roll me an insight check.
ooh,
Yep, anyone who wants to.
okay.
14,
No. 10.
15 total. Okay. He is weirdly calm about everything. You get the sense that even if he could escape, he wouldn't try to.
He's
I still do it.
Yeah, totally reasonable.
Struggle.
You get the feeling that this man has expectations one way or another, and you're not sure what that means, but he seems
Makes
weirdly
me a little
content.
nervous.
Should.
So I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you definitely get that sense. So you guys are gonna fly your prisoner over to the Drew Hill estate?
Yeah, I hold their hand, and a tiny little bird with giant arms comes out of the box, picks up Stan and Mantuka effortlessly, and just kind of gently nudges them into the air, and they both fly. And as they're kind of hovering there, I go, "This is a great time to try this." I pull out of the box that little fluff of, big rainbow broom, and I just kind of put it down, and I'm like, "All right." I throw him over it, kind of like saddle style.
Yep.
I'm gonna need you to hold on, buddy, without any arms. So, like, I don't know, core strength, okay? And I get on the broom, and it's just.
Okay, we're gonna roll for core strength.
I'm gonna fly behind and below Gregory a little bit.
Okay, he rolled a 19. He's good. He just kind of like
third best day of my life.
Like squeezes the elbows around it, kind of just creates a little thing and holds himself as tight as possible. You all take
That's
off
the way.
And as you kind of reach above the walls of the arena, you kind of overlook the city of Lysia and everything that's happened there. The market district to the south is smoking.
Yeah.
Several buildings have been burnt. You see what look like your forces kind of rounding up any scragglers who were left alive in the fighting and rounding them up into prisoners. And same thing kind of in the upper district on the east where you guys came in. The estates have mostly been untouched. A lot of the fighting there happened right at the bridge, and therefore that's like looking down, that's where the most bodies are. You see in the oasis that surrounds the arena, there's just bodies floating and staining the kind of magnificent blue water, just this kind of sickly shade of red. You notice the fighting has all but died out. One thing that does stand out to you, however, is kind of just outside the arena. It looks like there's a group of not necessarily your forces, but freed prisoners and individuals from the city who are very clearly not members of the Imperium. And it looks like they have an individual with two chains just fastened firmly around the neck. One person is holding one side, one person is holding the other, and they're just taking turns kind of throwing things at this individual. It looks like a kind of almost, you'd recognize a hobgoblin when you see one. And you see a circle of your own people just circling around this individual and starting to just kind of unload. And you definitely get a sense the crowd is going somewhere very dark. And Kieran, if you'd like to take a minute to describe your character to the party.
Yeah, I'm the hobgoblin called Arkan. I tried to get out of the arena for my master. However, I got caught by my group of people, noticing that I was not wearing my slave collar, and they didn't listen to me saying that I was looking for my master. They didn't believe I was a slave, so they ganged up on me.
Yeah, and you're about 60 feet up, just coming over the walls of the arena. He's just down in the clearing below you. You see the crowd beginning to brandish weapons. Some people are getting a little closer and kind of poking and prodding at him. You definitely get the sense this is going to take a dark turn very quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna intervene. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna break off and fly down there and basically just superhero landing in front of him.
Okay. So as you kind of fly in, you're landing just as someone is about to go land a strike on him. You kind of put your hand up and stop it. What do you say? What do you do? You see just fury in this individual's eyes. It's a man, looks like very kind of late middle age, muscular but not well fed. Looks like he's out for blood. What do you do?
I just yell using thaumaturgy, "Stop!" And
Everyone
not using thaumaturgy.
Mm-hmm. Kind of taken aback, kind of steps back. They're kind of still holding what weapons they have on them, but a little more weary now.
What did this man do? Why are you treating him like this?
He's not wearing a collar. He's one of them. He served the master of this city for years. Every beck and call. It's like he enjoyed it. It's like his job. He's not like us. He deserves to die with the rest of them, don't you think?
Isn't that right? And he spits towards the hobgoblin.
I already explained to you. I served my master. I just don't have the collar.
Why not? What you do is so good. Sure, you're better than the rest of us. Think I haven't seen you cut our people down. You served your master well. So well he doesn't even seem like your master anymore, seems like a friend.
He did what he commanded me to do. I didn't take pleasure in it.
Could have fooled me. Are you gonna stand in my way? Are you gonna stand in our way? Whole city.
Do you not see what's going on around you right now?
I see. City's ours.
Me and my people are the reason that that's happened.
That's so.
Let me at least speak to this man before you pass your judgment.
Roll me a persuasion check. Mantuka.
While Stanley's conversing, I would like to slide my hand into my bag and take a haul of some hooch in one of my back compartments, and I would like
fancy
to
moonshine.
my amulet of the drunkard to get some amount of healing back.
Okay, fair enough. Easily
Excellent.
done.
And I'm gonna get 15 more healing while I survey the situation from afar.
I love that. Okay.
Drinking in the sky.
Kind of just hovering above this whole scenario as it's unfolding. Just pop a cork on your moonshine. Start just down in it. It's pretty good. Greg, are you doing anything? You have a moment to react while all this is going on as well.
Whenever Stan went down, he immediately stopped, kept surveyed, and is watching the crowd now. He knows Stan has got a handle on this. He knows he's doing something right. He's just making sure if anyone starts moving towards him, that's when I'll do something.
Okay. With a total of 12, it's just barely enough. He kind of...
You've got a minute. That's it. I'm counting. Better get started.
Thank you. I just turn towards the hobgoblin.
Okay.
And I am going to... there? I don't guess so. Never mind. Were you truly a slave to your master?
I was. Just not a slave like the other. Not a slave like all the others here. Just got my family held captive. I was forced to do these things under the threat that he would harm my family.
Show me your back.
Sorry?
Show me your back.
Back. Turn around.
They're whip marks.
Roll me a perception check.
Idea, Chris.
Nat 20.
Okay. You kind of step forward and, like, look in beneath the very immaculately made armor. It is polished fine. Though it does not strike you as Imperium. Like, he's not a member of their military. This is a private soldier of some kind. And as you kind of look down the back, you do see a very familiar set of marks.
Thank you. I'll turn back towards the mob.
Y'all good?
This man is clearly one of us. Look for yourself if you must, but this man was only doing what he had to survive.
Roll me another persuasion check.
I would like to land too, if possible.
Okay, go ahead.
For the moment.
Middle
Ta-da!
roll.
I'm landed.
Couple high rolls, couple low rolls. We're jumping around a whole bunch. Another 12. He kind of...
It's your responsibility then.
All right. Thank you.
He just turns. The mob kind of takes a minute, and you see like the energy level kind of dissipate a little as there's almost a sense of disappointment. And then there's a little bit of a sense of understanding from some of them, and the mob just kind of begins to dissipate. As you're fighting, you do see a couple of bodies here that look like they're not Imperium, some members from your own group. You see 3 men and 1 woman, all mostly nude at this point, as if they had transformed into something and been killed and transformed back. Unfortunately, 4 of the lycanthropes lie here. Dead.
No!
You find Borlian heavily, grievously wounded, kind of being tended to by the Druhilla vineyard just out front. There's a bit of a makeshift, not even a tent, they've just kind of set up like spaces for people to get checked out, and they're kind of leaning up against the wall of the estate. He is alive, but he is grievously wounded, and you see Ilsevere kind of tending to his wounds and everything. He's taken a couple himself in the fight, but he seems mostly okay. He kind of just is lost in the moment of helping the people he's currently helping, as he tends to. Other than that, you don't really see... Oh, sorry, knocked the thing over. You don't see anyone who you knew personally in the dead over here. As you kind of approach the house, you see Linax just walking towards you, his solid metal arm just exposed. You see some very fresh gouges and scrapes and cuts along it, as if he was just using it as a shield for the entire fight. Kieran, you have advantage from good old Rusty.
Yeah, I still have the disadvantage from Rachel as well.
He kind of walks up to you and, like, a little hoarsely, as if you can you can tell this man has just been giving commands all day. He's just spent his entire afternoon screaming orders. It's good to see you. I'm glad you made it out okay. Can't say the same for everyone. But we won.
Yeah, where the hurt? Where are the most hurt? Point me.
He raises an
Everywhere,
arm and
Gregory.
gestures, and you look, and there is people bleeding, dead, or dying, and anywhere you can look.
Okay.
This was a huge scale fight, and there's a huge scale number of casualties to go with it.
Okay. First things first. Stan, take this asshole. And I just kind of like buck him off the broom towards you. Just,
At this point,
I've brought my new hobgoblin friend over to rejoin the rest of
at
the
this
group.
point, Farkin, you notice that the youngest of this group, a young boy with curly blonde hair. Actually, if you guys want to describe yourselves to Kieran, so he has
Gregory.
a visual of what you guys are looking at. We'll start with Gregory now, as you kind of get a chance to look at the group who just rescued you from almost certain death. Go ahead, guys.
well, I feel like this is probably the most like realistic for Gregory right now. Would be wait, the hell? There it is. Well, this spooky version.
Little goth Gregory.
He's a little bit gothy today.
Gothery.
And Gother. Yeah, it's just a little blonde guy with blue eyes. He's got a little toy box on a little bandolier, and he's bright purple. He's in a gray sweatpant combo. He looks very scared, but he's always got the box in his hands, and he seems a lot more confident. It's like a safety blanket.
Okay, Mantuka, go ahead.
Mantuka is 6'7", black in fur most of the time when he has fur. Minotaur. He
That's true.
has a crooked singed tiara. He has a bandolier of cracked open bear traps across his chest, supported by some like leather harnesses and stuff. He's got a very electric fucking like almost frayed leather kilt. And as you're gazing at this amazing Adonis, and you're drawing down to his obviously ironed hoof, a very proud sign from his culture, and he's pretty imposing. He's pretty boss. Fuck around and find out.
You do also notice, Mantuka, there are just 2 of the Minotaurs that came with the party have fallen. You can't find the other ones right now, but you don't find any of their bodies kicking around. Stanislav, if you'd like to describe yourself as well.
Durka there?
He is not among the dead, as far as you can see.
Sweet.
Yep.
Harder.
So Stanislav he's currently wearing very minimal clothing because it got very destroyed. So he's basically just wearing a ripped ass loincloth. He's a shiny golden tiefling, shiny golden from head to toe. Got kind of shoulder length, just past shoulder length golden hair that sort of unnaturally flows in the wind all the time. Very muscly, and 2 distinct physical features. One is pretty new. He has a big scar that goes all the way around the circumference of his neck.
That's right.
Yep, and it looks pretty fresh. And then the other, since he's basically cloakless, he has a tattoo all the way around his right arm. But if you look at it, it kind of hovers just ever so slightly off the surface of the skin and moves a little bit.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah. You guys all land and kind of collectively gather amongst yourselves again.
Okay, first things first. I gotta fix some people. I gotta make these people feel a little better. Gregory goes into the box, opens like handful, and pulls out like a fistful of flowers, and then this little guy just in it, and he's just gonna kind of like, I'm sorry, buddy, shakes them. I'm gonna cast.
Get the fuck out of there!
And from that little handful of flowers, 5 little good berries drop down.
Start shaking good berries out of this poor bush.
Yeah.
I love it.
Poor little bush guy. And I just distribute that
Where do you hide the
to
bodies? Where do you hide them?
Stan and them.
And I'm gonna say, if you see anyone about to die, here.
And I using that as like a all natural defibrillator.
Yeah. Good call. Anyone who's taking some good
Succeed.
berries, roll me a medicine check to try to find people who need them. Or kind of prioritize who's gonna get them a little bit.
Is it 5? It's 5.
I'm gonna follow the lead of whoever is doing that.
10 berries.
If you
I
give
get 10.
Mantuka any good berries, he's gonna eat them and fuck himself.
I give you 2 then.
Nom nom.
Hey, here you go. 2 HP, baby.
Oh my god. Okay. So, yeah, no, it's gonna be medicine checks. Whoever's actively trying, and it's not like you can't feed people a berry, but you have to you have 10. Yeah, I guess you can do as many as your disposal,
Dodge
but
their
like
jaws for them.
you kind of know you got to find like who's dying, like who is about to die, who is soon to die, and kind of time it so no one's dying. You know what I mean? Like give the good
Triage.
berries to the people who need them the most, because it
Okay,
can
I learned
basically.
about this in the army.
That's true.
What you do is you go up to the body and you poke it in the eye. And if a response, put one in. If he doesn't, he's already dead. It's called the Badger check.
That's dark. That's dark.
Your elbow. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Be gone.
that's
Good.
that's
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
dark.
you guys take the berries and do the badger check. I believe in you all.
everyone roll me
shit.
medicine check who's taking berries, whether you're good at it or not.
Okay.
Like this is just to tell if people are dead or dying or not. Like it's not a very high check. 6 isn't great.
Is 9 better?
9. What did? I don't know. Nah, hey, let's
I use
go.
disadvantage on this one.
Sure. Yeah. Technically, it's on your next roll for disadvantage, and then advantage you can choose.
Okay.
So 7. So collectively, you don't all do a great job. But Mantuka, who is very used to this style of combat, has been in wars himself, is kind of used to picking
Badger
out.
check. Ah.
Yeah, he just goes around like pop, pop, and just bopping people in the eye. And if they react, he gives them a berry. If they don't, he's like, "Fuck you, you're already dead." Leaves them, goes for the next one, and just keeps popping. And there's like someone he pokes who just moves a second after, but he's already gone. He's already on to the next guy, just fucking dishing out berries.
Do I see
Have a
that?
better reaction. See you, bitch.
What's up, Ray? Welcome in.
I'll give that guy one of my berries.
There you go. You're just giving out some follow-up berries. So you guys did
Hi, Ray.
suffer a very large number of casualties in this fight, but so did the Imperium.
4, baby.
As you kind of make your way around, eventually you find the elder Druhilla is also kind of taking care and dealing with someone. You find him kind of crouched over a body of a young woman with bright red hair and a very familiar face.
No.
And
No, running.
And you find Ilsar Druhilla standing over the body of his daughter Yuria. One hand just kind of right here. And then with one last movement, closes her eyes one final time. Steps up. Turns and sees you all. Welcome to the new Lysia.
We're so sorry.
Can Stanny, just by looking, get a gauge for how long she's been dead?
A while. This is beyond Revivify, if that's what you're wondering. She knew the risks. We all did. He's just kind of looking down at this point. You did a great thing, all of you. She knew it. Excuse me, I must be with my family. But
I believe there are still some people in the keep who need dealing with. One way or another. It's the only place we haven't taken yet. Do what you can.
He looks past you to sees the town's master.
Perhaps that shit will be of some use.
What would you like to do with him?
Let the people decide when the time comes. I've had my fill of death for one day.
Now, would hate to be burdensome, but I must ask, do you have a holding cell of some sort where we could keep this scum?
No. Not in my house. Never thought to have such a thing. There's a prison. He might be a good bargaining chip to get you into the keep without a fight. I don't know. That's where I'd look. Suppose.
He kind of looks to some of the other estates.
Some of them might have, quarters where they would have kept their servants, but I think the prison's your best bet.
Perhaps a bit of public humiliation would serve him well.
March him through the fucking streets.
I turn around towards the prisoner and I recognize him.
Yeah, you now notice they have been touting about your master this entire time.
I take out my scimitar and walk towards him screaming, "You! Where's my family?"
He kind of stumbles back. Roll me an intimidation check, please.
I just kind of push him away from me.
Just kind of
into the path of
roll it with advantage too, because you scared him.
Start torturing the penis.
You surprised him. Start with torture. No, we're not torturing penises today.
We have Mogus deal with it.
Not a great intimidation, unfortunately. You step forward, and as you're kind of stepping forward with the sword, you kind of step over a rock and lose your footing a bit, and kind of like the seriousness of your tone is gone. But you stand there with the blade to your throat, or to his throat, and he's,
in the prison, where they all are. Where do you think? Safe to say I didn't keep you around for your smarts.
Well, it looks like we're heading there anyways.
Mm-hmm.
How convenient.
Love an afternoon walk.
Good, because you're walking. And I just kind of poke him with the broom.
which way are you guys taking them? So, like, you could walk back past the arena over the other bridges. So if you look at the city, you guys blew up that bridge and that bridge. So really, you got, like, the only way into the keep is through this drawbridge now that that way is destroyed. So you got to get over there one way or another. How are you going about it?
Let's take the long way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like fucking,
Let's strip him down and urinate on him.
fucking all the way around this way.
I don't know. I used to work at a
I like how you
convenience store.
did the
And
whole
Joe piss
fucking
is really
pack.
smelly.
Oh no. He is at the piss on him comment. You see the guy kind of like, I'm
It's
willing
one thing if it's
to
your
go
urine.
quietly.
It's so much different if it's someone else's.
I'm not here to kink shame, I'm just here to kink ask why.
Yeah, valid. He follows you as you guys parade him through town.
I had a very
Stanley,
emotional upbringing.
I'm gonna say make me a performance check, just for me.
Well, fun.
Like a piss performance?
No, Mantuka, if you want to make a piss performance, go ahead.
Oh,
will
hey,
allow it.
modifier 0. Oh
Piss
no!
performance?
I pissed on completely my leg. My other leg.
Oh, I'm
and
so
my
happy.
boobs.
So Stanley, you begin leading Felalar through the city, kind of like just boasting about the gallantry of your victory and everything that you've achieved, kind of amassing a following of people who, very similar to how Mantuka was treated when he was walked through the town. Now the kind of shoes on the other foot, and then now the freed slaves are throwing shit at the leader of the town, and they're like pelting him with different bits of rotting vegetables, some questionable things that you're not sure, but it's quite unpleasant.
I want to make sure he's not wearing shoes, by the way. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, okay. Ouch.
Yep.
Okay.
I low key is getting. I'm having a little PTSD because this is how quickly they've turned to throwing shit at someone else. Like I was just there.
Yeah, you're watching as these like rotten vegetables and clumps of God knows what are thrown at this man, are just pelting him on the way through. And then you walk behind him and you're like, I may as well add on to this. And you take decide to artistically try to piss on this individual while they're walking down the street. And as you do so, you just can't even control it. It's just getting all over your legs, walking and pissing on someone at the same time. Not an easy thing to do.
Over the tip.
Yeah, it's all over the place. It's just
mostly foreskin.
It's dripping down your legs. And by the time you guys get to the market district,
control that juice box.
The people walking behind Mantuka have just been greeted by a foul-smelling trail of fucking Minotaur piss all the way down the street.
I've just been fighting for like an hour. I'm sorry I'm not hydrated.
Can I look around if I see a bottle?
Someone slaps a water. Someone slaps you with a water skin from behind, just like over your shoulder, so it's just draped
Thanks,
onto your
slap
chest.
me a health potion too? That'd be fucking swell.
You look and you just
We
see
just
that.
ask for stuff? It's amazing. Love this town.
Want a BLT?
Can I look around
Eventually,
if I see something like a glass bottle or a
yeah, you
glass?
step easily enough. We got another hydrate. Let's go. Easily enough. There's plenty of individuals with water skins around. What are you trying to do?
I want to throw a bottle at the guy's feet so he has to walk through it.
Oh
Just to make
shit.
him suffer.
Okay, so you find someone who's just drinking on the side of the festival grounds. The booze has been flowing. People are starting to celebrate. You find a glass bottle of rum, and you grab it and just huck it on the ground at his feet so he has to walk through broken glass on his trail. Damn. So on the walk for the entire distance, he takes 11 points of slashing and piercing damage to his feet. And by the time he's about halfway through the market, you just notice a trail of bloody footprints now following him behind. And as he kind of starts to stumble, getting a little closer up to the top, eventually you do arrive at the gates of the keep, and you find...
If you guys look at Stanislav through this, he's not gaining any... He doesn't look happy to be doing this. He looks kind of somber and dutiful, like this is something that has to be done, but he doesn't really like it.
Valid. Very valid. Okay, that's all good. Whee! Alright.
Mantuka
Gregory
loves this
still
shit.
looks mad.
So Mantuka is having the time of his life. So you guys come over this eastern bridge here with your prisoner in tow, and now basically what amounts to a small army of followers. Not even a small army, like basically the entire population of this town is now following you up this hill. And like looking behind you, just see a crowd of people have now followed you and all of you. And you see Linax and some of the other members of your resistance kind of peppered in there. And you approach these massive solid steel gates engraved with the insignia of the Imperium, of the Magus Imperium on it. And they are sealed shut. There is a small kind of slit in it with some iron bars where you can see what looks like an Imperium captain. One of the individuals you guys have struggled with in fights many times before is just standing there with his men as people have crowded around the gates trying to get in. You approach and the crowd kind of parts on the way through, and you just stand there and they kind of see you. What do you want to do? What are you doing? You were
Form up! If we're gonna see them, we might as well see them in style. I'll tell the riffraff to get into forms and formation, and we're gonna fucking peacock this.
Okay, so from the crowd, would the members of your actual resistance unit actually break out and kind of form a shield wall in the front? You have about half the forces you came in with, so it's not as impressive a display. I'll say roll me an intimidation check with advantage, though, because you're now basically peacocking with your whole army. Or what is left of it, and then an entire city of... Okay. With 17, just physically imposing as your shield wall just ding, ding, you hear the shields all smacking together as they do. The guard, kind of taken aback at the now more organized commotion outside, kind of approaches the gate. Which of you is the one in charge?
Well, I don't have a master, but I don't like talking to you people, so there's the shiny dude here.
Well, perhaps not you then. Looks to Stanislav as Mantuka gestures to you and sees you now with the leader of the town very closely in tow. You got the power, Kieran. I believe in you. You get an inspiration from Druid, so you just get a free reroll on one check of your choice whenever you want. Just if you fail, and you can be like, I want to use my inspiration on that. Kind of like Baldur's. We're just doing it like that. So, Stanny, you're going to approach?
Mm-hmm. Just kind of holding Thalalar in front of me by the back of his shirt.
Yeah, and you notice just Farkin is just standing right behind him now, one hand gripping tightly into the shoulder as he does.
Hello
He kind
there.
of nods, waiting for you to speak.
Hello. It was a impressive display you all made. Can I help you?
Well, it seems as if your little fort here is the last holdout in the city that we have liberated.
Mm-hmm.
So, the way I see it, there's only a couple options for you.
Mhm.
You can stay and sit in there
Mhm.
and do whatever it is that you do inside the fort, and we'll come in and remove you.
Hmm.
Or you can ask your little leader here what he thinks, and perhaps you'll lay down your arms and walk out, and there doesn't need to be any more bloodshed today.
He looks at Fel.
Not much of a leader anymore, is he? He belongs to you. Hard to be the master of the town if he is not belonging to it. But I am not an unreasonable man. I want safety for me and my men. I want passage out of the city. I want guaranteed safety. You give me that, the fortress is yours, along with everything inside of it. But I need your word and your personal escort.
Oh shit. Good old Rusty with the 20 gift subbies. What the fuck, dude? Let's go. Oh my lord. Okay, hold up. Got shit. Okay. Well, thank you, Kieran. I appreciate you, buddy. Rusty, you don't have to do that, but thank you.
Heavens!
I don't know.
You flabbergasted him.
I'm flap.
He's been flabbergasted.
Thank you, Rusty. Truly, from the very bottom of my heart, from one Rusty to another, I love you, buddy. I love you. You can
Rusty,
pick whatever
Rusty,
part of
Rusty.
Restodia you want to be. Okay, it's your choice. Let's fucking go, dude. I don't even know what to say. Fuck. Thank you. I love you, Rusty. Thank you so much, dude. You didn't have to do that. Everyone,
Give
please
him a weather check.
give him a free weather check for Rusty.
Little Rusty is the Magnum Dong of Rustodia.
Oh god, how much more for another sexy nurse outfit? Apparently, there's some talk about the next sexy outfit. I haven't planned it yet. When I do, I'll let you know. You want to be the head of Restodia? Okay. You want to be the penis of Restodia? That's actually totally fine. Because I'm the heart.
Just the tip.
I'm the heart and the titties. I got that covered. We got a brain. You can be the penis if you want to. It's totally open.
I'll be the bony ass.
I appreciate you, buddy. If you guys haven't already, go swing over to good old Rusty's. Rusty Prime. That is Rusty Prime. Not me. It's him now. He's been promoted.
They just had a 10-year anniversary.
Happy 10 years. How did that go? Fuck yeah, dude. Happy 10 years. You say 10 years? Damn.
I think that's what it said.
Did you say 10
It's
years?
like-
Holy shit.
I think that's what it said.
Holy shit. Can we each be an ass cheek? There you go. Someone's got to be the ass
The
cheek.
10-year tenure.
I appreciate you, dude. Didn't need to do that. I thank you for being a part of the community. If y'all haven't already, go show some love to Rusty. He's a hell of a dude. He's an absolute fucking just G of a human being. Go show some love because he deserves it. Every minute of it. Between here and Tark, you've been mad supporting, dude. Goddamn, you're popping off. I respect you. Surprisingly quite easy. Well, compared to 48 hours. Oof, 40. I did 23 and I almost died.
I'm gonna do 12 and I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm very excited
Not
for
mine.
that. I will be there for that, for chunks of it if you need a gaming money. Rusty, honestly, dude, thank you so much for everyone who got a sub. Jesus, that's a lot. Shazan, Creepshow, Hildebrand, Cannibalist, Dat Coop, Druid, Dark Peach, Sue. We love Sue, let's go. D Gamer Aries, Cat, Duke Lama, Chinggis, Ray, Tiefling from D&D Camp Sack Yourself, Green Schmoodles, Zombie Bites, Psycho Cheerio, True Weasel, and Slim Cali. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm sure they all are very happy. I see good old Rusty is at again. He popping off. He just dropping out on the table like thud. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm gonna unfluster. We're gonna unfluster for a sec. Let's just re-zen and get back into it. You threw me off, and
Things happen to nice people.
you threw me off, and I love you for it, my friend. Thank you so much. I truly thank you for helping me pay my bills this month. from the very bottom of my heart. Bezos thanks you too for all of your contributions to him. Goddamn. So, picking up where we left off, getting back into it. Yeah, he's freedom for me and my men, and safe passage out of the city. That is the deal. You may be able to find your way into this section, unguaranteed, but if we hole up in the castle, I promise you, we have enough supplies in there to
I knew it.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I knew it as soon as I saw unfluster this.
There are no words. There are literally no words. Guys, think of words. Think of words. Just throw out random words. Doesn't matter what they are, just random words.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Rusty, never gonna run around and desert you. Rusty, never gonna make you cry. Rusty, never gonna make you cry.
Good words. I appreciate it, dude. I don't even.
Thank you.
I got it.
Hey, you asked me to talk and you buckle up.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm flustered. I got no words. What the hell word was that, Kieran?
You said words. I typed the word.
That's one word?
That's one word. Kitty would know what I'm talking about.
My
not
word
a
was
good
longer.
Can you say that for me?
Tentoonstelling.
Can you use it in a sentence?
No.
I recently went to a volcano and breathed in a bunch of silica dust, so now I have pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Bubba!
I'm surrounded by such amazing people.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I love you all so much. I really do. Rusty, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. That is amazing.
This.
I can't unfluster it. I can't. I'm
Picture
too flustered.
Trinity pointing the gun.
Oh, God. Unfluster this. Oh, no. Oh, goddamn. I love you, Rusty. Thank you so much, homie.
Chris. That's so funny.
Unfluster this.
Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm trying to get back into it. It's like there's rare people pop off like that in the D&D streams, so like much love, my dude. I really truly cannot thank you enough for supporting the stream, supporting my wonderful group of people that I get to have here with us. And I was serious, if you ever want to join for a game, we do run them in the Discord. I would be more than happy to have another Rusty in there. I'm just saying, there's more than room. Oh, there you go. You just gotta show up. It's fun for everybody. Unfluster this DM.
That's called prostitution.
No, it's free.
Okay, I have disadvantage.
All that was free.
Okay, Rusty just gave me the 40 gift subbies and then the curse of disadvantage. Thank you for the lovely night and then leaving me bus fare on the way home. I appreciate it.
I love you, but fuck you. But also I love you, but also fuck
Lonely
you.
stranger.
Oh God, I haven't got flustered like that in a minute. That is the most someone has popped off in a while. Yeah, I love you. Thank you. I love you. They love you.
That's what you said.
So happy to have you in the community. I'm gonna. Fuck. Goddamn. Okay. So refocusing again.
All right, so I'll kind of. All right, well, one moment. I'm gonna just turn back to kind of my group of people. What do we think? I think we should take the offer. Carefully, of course, but.
I think he's gonna fuck us. I think he's gonna fuck us hard. Sometimes you gotta take the fucking.
They have
Pardon me, new guy?
weapons and everything.
What was that?
Leave the weapons at the gate. Go through unarmed. And you have safe passage. That's what I would recommend.
Sure.
Are you telling me I gotta leave my weapons here again? I'm fucking
No.
so over leaving away my weapons.
The guards.
Okay.
I'll pluck a piece of Antuka's fur.
I don't let just anyone pluck my fur. I don't know. Little personal space. Gotta get to know you. Maybe enjoy a campfire meal before you start plucking and pruning me like some type of jazz cactus.
A jazz cactus.
A jactus?
Ejactus.
Oh my god.
Eject this.
We'll accept as long as they disarm themselves, and even then, let's still be very careful.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a little necklace that probably hasn't been seen in a minute. Just hold it, and I'm gonna be like, if he's gonna do anything real shitty, I'll try to figure it out.
I have a safe measure as well, and inside our group, I'm going to cast detect magic myself.
And I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts through the Medallion of Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Thank you, Stan.
I'm
You-
gonna think hard.
Casting that on him, on the leader. Surface level thoughts. You gather at this point survival is kind of the main goal. You're not getting a sense of like any kind of treachery or anything like that. But seems like, yeah, survival is the main goal. You don't really get anything much beyond that. Just surface level, he's just trying to get him and his men out of here in one piece.
Okay. Yeah.
And detect
I don't
magic,
care.
Stanislav, you get the usual, the medallion around his neck, quite magical. You're very familiar with those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll turn back around towards this leader.
Well, do we have an accord?
Yes, on the condition that you and your men completely disarm yourselves as well, and then you will have safe passage and our word that no harm will come to you.
Kind of looks at each of you, sizing you up independently a little bit.
I think this should happen in 24 hours time. Maybe we have a small supper, some merriment, a little siesta. But that's just me. It's just Mantuka.
I wouldn't hold your breath on that one, my big friend, but weapons at the gate is a deal. We leave tonight.
I also want that necklace from around your neck.
He just grabs it, tears it, throws it on the ground.
Oh.
Thank you.
PTSD, Mantuka dives away.
This city is not
Grenade,
worth dying
grenade!
for.
What was that?
This city is not worth dying for. So I thank you for letting me leave it with my men.
I'm glad that you can realize that.
Not out yet.
I've been around long enough to know when a battle is lost, and I know when it's foolish enough to keep fighting and when it's not. The time to keep fighting has passed.
Good. Now bring your men, have every last one of them disarm in front of the gate, and have them line up in the middle of the courtyard.
Okay.
You heard him. Get down here. Drop your weapons.
If it's all right with you, we'd like to grab what belongings we have.
With our escort, yes.
Deal.
All the men kind of file down from the walls. You see archers who were previously aiming at your group, who you know can do pretty devastating amount of damage with a single arrow, especially against a civilian population. So a little bit of relief as they all kind of begin to descend and settle down. They kind of all meet in this kind of central area here.
And as they come up to drop their weapons, I want to make sure they don't have anything magical on them as well.
Yeah, you just keep that up. The only thing magical was like obviously the leader is decked out, like he is wearing the sword is obviously enchanted with something. The necklace was enchanted with something. You gather the shield he had on his back was enchanted as well. He's just throwing them all down, but no other magic kicking around.
All that stuff he had is now in that pile?
All of it.
If it's all right, we would like to go into the barracks and grab our belongings, perhaps in small groups.
Yes. Come on, let's go escort them.
Yeah. Let's go.
Lynax kind of steps up.
I've got that covered, if you want. I believe your friend is anxious to see his family.
Be my guest.
Lynax kind of whistles to some of his men, and they all go together, and they kind of escort a small, like 3 at a time of these prisoners into the barracks to grab up their personal belongings and stuff.
Lynax, would you mind personally escorting the leader?
Be my pleasure.
Thank you.
Kind of it's going to take a little bit as they're doing all of that, but you kind of disseminate. You go over to the prison. There is a guard on the inside who, seeing you all now beginning to just amass and all of his men surrendering, just opens the thing and holds it open, and then just holds the keys out as you go to enter.
Smart man. Get in the courtyard.
Farkin, what are you doing here? This is important to you, so how are you handling this moment?
I'm taking the keys and I'm gonna go down to the cells, see if I can find my family.
Okay, easily enough. You open that main door, open the secondary one that's just in on your left, so the prison is just up here. It's not very big.
I'll go with you just in case there's
there
ambush.
are two guards kind of sitting, and as you kind of make your way in, they both look up at you surprised, but they've been informed on what's going on, so they too have already laid down their weapons. The city is effectively yours at this point. And you look in the back corner where you see
courtyard,
a very small very small hobgoblin female, and then a slightly larger one, your son, and then of course the wife, who is looking quite a bit worse for wear versus the kids. And the kids are looking great. They're a little malnourished, but they're alive and they're well, more or less. And your wife is a little bit more concerned, but you open it and you see your two kids just both immediately just run towards you with their arms open, kind of throw themselves around your waist, barely coming up to like your belt at this point. What are you doing?
I lift both of my kids up on my shoulder and walk towards my wife. Give her a big hug. Tell her it's over now. Free.
She just kind of silently kind of tries to move, but you see she is shackled up to the wall basically, and kind of has only a limited movement space. Easy enough to get those changes done, and as she kind of stands, you have to kind of prop her up a little bit. You notice she's having a bit of trouble standing on her own. She's kind of weak. You kind of bring her into a hug, and she just kind of nestles her face into your shoulder, kind of the almost lion-like mane that you all have, the kind of hair nuzzles roughly against your cheek a little, and she just lightly begins sobbing into your shoulder, and as that progresses, it just becomes more and more and more until she's just standing in your arms, weeping into your chest. She looks up at you. It's been so long.
Too long. Now, we got the guy, and he's gonna have the same treatment you guys had. I had this place in this city.
Good. Make him suffer. Please. She kind of takes the kids into her arms as well, and you all kind of stand there. Now, Farker.
Does she have any like noticeable open wounds or broken bones or anything like that?
Roll me a medicine check.
Marker.
God damn it, Selfie. 14. So no broken bones, a few cuts and bruises, some fresh scars. That from the kind of mistreatment of her handlers and everything. A couple scrapes and bruises, but nothing life-threatening. She just honestly is probably in need of a good meal and a relaxing evening, or several relaxing evenings of downtime and rest to just kind of recover.
Maybe a relaxing year or two.
Yeah, based on like the condition of them, you gather they were probably in here for a few years, if not more. Like they were.
Oh,
this has been a
right.
long-standing
I have a thing for this. I go up to Farkin and you see a little flash of petals and pink glow, and then the same berries as before. This'll fill you up without really filling you up. I found it's good for people who haven't had a lot of food for a while.
The kid kind of looks up. You notice like the youngest hobgoblin, or the eldest hobgoblin child, who is the son, looks honestly almost as tall as you are. Like they're quite big for children, even as hobgoblins. He kind of looks up to you, Farkin. Kind of gives you like, is it okay to take food from this stranger kind of look?
Go ahead and take it.
Plucks
These guys don't know.
Plucks a
Just
berry
one is
and
all you need, I promise.
kind of looks at it and then holds the first one over to his sister. Kind of shyly reaches up and takes it and eats it. You see some of the color return to her You kind of wouldn't see her skin because they are furry by nature, but you see kind of a bit of the life return to her eyes a little. She kind of perks up, and then the son takes one, eats it as well. The wife kind of reaches out to grab one, her hand kind of trembling and shaking as she does so. She doesn't seem to have a lot of strength. Kind of very gently picks up a berry and eats it herself, and you see the shaking kind of begin to stop. There's still a lot of raw emotion there, and she's still openly weeping as Farkin just kind of holds her tight through all of this. What do you guys want to do? Mantuka.
Can we have a team huddle over here for a second in the corner? And I pull the core 4 in. And I can bring the new guy in too. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. I'll bring him in too.
Fuck it.
Okay. Team, is everyone focused? Can we stop? Give fucking healing away until I'm at least in triple digits, folks. You just keep fucking giving it away. I'm bleeding. I've been trying to meander for fucking rest, and you tease me by giving other people
Big guy,
healing.
we'll be fine. And I put my hand on your shoulder, and I will twice cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
I shouldn't have to be. There shouldn't be a Snickers commercial. Can you just fucking heal me?
Love that you're like the core 4, but it's just 3 of you. There's no 4th. It's the core 3 and guest.
You say this and you're looking at Stanislav, and he has cuts and gashes and stab marks and bite marks all over his body as well.
Patrick, sorry, you can fucking heal yourself.
No, I can't. Not anymore.
I've licked puddles for fucking moisture.
Hey, bro. You get 16 points of healing from the Cure Wounds.
There you go. So you have reunited Farkin with his wife. You have taken the keep. Felalar is still just waiting in the courtyard. A lot of the soldiers have gathered up their goods and everything. And as that is going on, the night has kind of begun to fall. The events of the day have kind of progressed to their end, and as the sun just slowly starts to creep beyond the western horizon, the sky kind of fills with this brilliant golden glow, and all of you stand in Lysia for the first time as free men. Truly free men. Knowing that you have liberated the city. The evening begins, and you hear music begin to kick up from in the town. You hear the sound of boisterous laughter and revelry coming from all around you, echoing off of the walls and into the desert around you. What do you guys want to do? You have an evening to celebrate. You have successfully taken a town. I want to know what each of you are doing to celebrate this, Farkin included, starting with Stanislav.
So I'm gonna, first off, I have just a bit more business to attend to. I'm gonna find Linax, and I'm gonna ask him if you and your men could escort the unarmed men to the stockade for the night. I believe that'd probably be an okay place to keep them.
Yeah, probably best not to send them into the desert all by themselves in the middle of the night. Kitty!
I did also promise them an escort. I'm a man of my word.
He kind of looks to his men, and you notice already a good portion of your army is into their cups quite a bit. So he's like, probably best to wait till morning, yeah. Especially with everyone in the town being kind of rowdy, may not be safe. We don't want to start a fight.
Definitely. And hey, we earned a bit of that fun ourselves.
True. I know. First and foremost, I am off to get a drink, and perhaps to someone to spend my evening with. Good luck. Have fun. Be safe. We'll see to it they're escorted out in the morning.
Very good.
Make good choices.
He turns. He's like, now who will hold my cup for the evening? And he sees you notice him scanning the crowd, and he kind of picks up a rather handsome man at the other side. You'll do. And he just smiles and just glides over to this man. Kind of throws an arm around him, and they just meander over to the drink table. Like, not even moment's hesitation. Full riz.
Yeah, and after that, I'm gonna go try and find Elsevier.
Yeah, he's still tending the wounded well into the night. You kind of approach him, and he catches you for the first time since the battle is over, and immediately she's like clocks the condition you're in this fresh circular scar all the way around your neck. Here's the charisma check for the wrist. Exclamation point D20. You can roll the check. You find Elsevier, check. What the hell happened to you?
Well, long story short, I seem to have lost my head. But,
Wouldn't be the first time.
I found it.
I'm glad to see it is still attached. He notices the mace kind of just actively pulsating and glowing with holy light. Oh, I take it you had some help then.
Seems as if my sacrifice wasn't quite for nothing.
Decent Riz. That's an 11 Riz food safety. Yeah, we have commands for every dice. You can do a weather check and a D100 and you can make it potentially hurricane on them. Usually it does. So
hurricane, sandstorm, windstorm. Yep.
He
Ocean, everywhere.
He finishes bandaging up. Avarian exclamation point D100, please. He finishes bandaging up one individual and then just kind of gives him a light tap on the chest. You'll be fine. Just don't do anything too crazy. How about we get a drink? It's been a minute, and well, it was a hard fight.
That it was.
Can tell me all about the new neckwear you've got on.
Let's go.
Throws an arm around you. Oh.
Son of a bitch!
Oh, that's so great. Oh, that's so amazing.
What did we just say? It always happens.
So, as you're walking about and beginning the revelry around you, you all tuck in for an evening of drinking, and as the sun just passes beyond the horizon, you all hear above the revelry and boisterousness partying happening within the city, the roaring sound of wind. And you see coming in off the southeastern Umberstep a wall of sand just making its way towards you as the sandstorm has just begun to kick up from the southeast. But I'm sorry, rolled a 97%. It's not my fault.
I just look at.
It's not my fault.
Look at Elsevier. We can't ever have nice things, can we?
Perhaps we drink inside tonight, brother. And you see everyone just like crowding. You see everyone just crowding into buildings, like not even, doesn't matter who it is, whose house it is. They just go into open doors as best they can. They find bars, little corners where they're safe from the sand. And throughout the night, the sand just coats the entire city. You hear the sound of the wind roaring, the sand scraping against wood and stone all through the night.
Well, shit, in that case, I'm going to spend my evening trying to find fancy new toys.
Yep.
That pile of stuff.
Mantuka. I mean, it's just a pile of sand at this time. There's nothing in the gear that really stands out to you as super powerful. The medallion is still active, however. Keep that in mind. Mantuka, what are you doing throughout all this? You have a little bit before the sand. Yeah, you have like, yeah, you got like a good 30 minutes or so before the sandstorm hits.
Nope, that changes everything.
What's up, Garrus? Welcome in.
I'm really gonna detach from the group, kind of, and just not necessarily brood, but I'm dealing with some stuff, and I'm just kind of like aloft from the group.
You wander for a little bit, kind of make your way through the town, just disconnecting a bit, kind of taking your own minute, and you find in the center, as you're kind of making your way around the arena, you hear a bit of a commotion. You hear people speaking Minotaur inside, and it's voices that are familiar to you. And you kind of look in through one of the open archways that kind of leads in to the crowd area. We can kind of just make out a little bit of the arena, and you see your people have begun constructing a what looks like a funeral pyre. And at the head of it, you see Durka, the head of the Minotaurs here, standing. And it looks like he's perhaps saying some words over the fire. It's a little too far to make out. And while that is going on, you see two other Minotaurs approach from either side, each holding a torch, and press it to the pyre, which you now see contains the bodies of those that your troop lost in the fight. So the 4 Minotaurs who fell, I believe it was, 2. And the flames begin to kick up and burn. You see the bodies being consumed by it, and that's when you begin to hear the loud wind roaring in off the southeastern Emberstep as you kind of take that. Do you want to do anything with that moment, or just kind of letting that all happen?
I'll stay where I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say a solemn prayer to Mogus, wishing that he carries the bodies of the soldiers quickly into his arms, and they feast and fight until they can't feast and fight anymore. And with that, and with depending whether I'm going to kind of more resolved make my way back to the building that the group's hunkered down in currently.
Yeah, so you make your way back to the kind of hold fast in the keep there in the castle and everything, and regroup with your unit. As the sandstorm just begins pouring in, you see people kind of making their way into the stables, the barracks, whatever room there is. You see Linax already like well into the cups with the man he was talking to. You do see a couple guards posted outside the prison where you guys have chosen to keep your prisoners for the night. I guess my only question is, what are you doing with Felalar throughout all this? Or are you just going to keep him in the jail as well?
Is there a jail cell that's kind of isolated, like a solitary confinement cell?
Not so much, but you could put him on like a different side from everybody else.
That.
Okay. So he's all locked up too. No worries.
Yep. With a guard there that is like a rotating guard that's specifically told to not let him talk.
Okay. Sounds good. Gregory, what are you doing?
Oh, I think Gregory would probably spend most of his time trying to heal using every last little scrap bit of magic left. Anyone who's he would try to triage best he can, but he's a young boy and he's very stressed.
Adolescent Gregory! And I told you, badger check!
Badger check! And that would probably get him into the late evening where he would probably pass out around a campfire over a jug of wine. Just get 3 sips in and just be like, I'm having fun.
We're in the keep. We have fireplaces, baby.
So you managed to keep
curls up
cozy
in front of a fireplace like a cat.
Love that. I will say, go ahead and roll me a medicine check as you're just tending to people throughout the night. That seems to be your main focus, you said. So we'll just have you tending to the wounded. There's lots. Plenty of wounded. Go ahead and roll at advantage. I will allow.
Guidance?
Yeah, you can. You also have magic at your disposal. Go ahead. 10's the base, but...
Go and a D4.
Ooh, much better.
Okay. So it takes you a bit, but after a while you notice there are other people kind of helping with the triage and taking care of these individuals. One appears to be a kind of elderly woman, long gray hair that's tied up very neatly into the bun and just a black streak that looks like it hasn't quite faded from gray yet. She's wearing very simple, just almost like a butcher's apron at this point. You're not sure if she's a doctor or a butcher, but she is covered in blood and she is actively just stitching people up as she's going. And it's you see people who looks like they're probably not doctors, but who are all stepping up and using whatever real life skills they have brought to the table for survival to tend to these people. And she kind of seems to have a good hold on things. She's starting to figure it out, and she kind of guides you through the process. And together, I will say, you get the rest of your forces, any who are still alive, past the point of being at risk of dying. So you managed to save, I'll say from your group of 100 that you brought in here with you, you've saved 60 total.
Nice.
You lost 40, which is almost half your men.
Elsevier was in there helping him as well.
Elsevier helped out. He's kind of going around the town drinking with you too as you're doing that. Last but not least, until the sandstorm hit. Farkin, what are you doing? Just farking around?
Just farking around, yeah, definitely. When I see Stanislav, Mantuka, and Gregory coming back into the building to fight from the sandstorm, I look at my wife and say, just give me a moment. I get up, walk towards them with a bottle of good wine, which I stole from the master's villa, and offer them the bottle as a thanks for saving me.
At least I could do, friend.
Hands you bottle.
And I give Mantuka the fur I pulled out earlier back.
Love that.
Stanislav.
First one's free! Let's keep it.
Then you return to your family and you spend the rest of the evening. As the sandstorm begins rolling in, you find a nice room for yourselves in the castle, somewhere your kids and wife can sleep comfortably and safely. And whether or not you doze out with them or just keep watch all night is your choice. But I will say, as the evening comes to a close and the sandstorm just engulfs this city, you can still hear the sound of partying and revelry happening over the din of the storm. It is just slightly muffled, but the spirit has not been. I would like you all to go ahead and hit the long rest button. Go ahead, Sam.
Can I take a watch on the town leader?
Tuca approves.
If you want, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to take a watch on him.
Sure, easily done. What are you looking for in particular?
He's an interesting fellow. He seems. I've been consistently surprised by the seeming wisdom of the leadership, so I just had a question or two for him.
He kind of notices you watching him after a certain point. Can I help you? Or are you just going to sit there and stare at me all night?
No, and Stanislav kind of sits down. I've, from the Imperium.
I know. Believe me, there's not a person here who doesn't know your story. Fantastical as it is, I remember the first time you took the sands here in our city caused quite the stir-up.
I'm sure half the stories are overtalked anyways.
Not from what I hear. You look like you have questions for me. I am a tired old man, so best get this out of the way quickly so I can get some sleep.
Why keep doing this?
Doing what?
You know that doing what you do, leading this town, and
every city needs a leader, doesn't it? Or do you mean the workforce that we rely on?
No, I mean you specifically. You look tired and like you don't really want to do this anymore. So why would you keep doing it?
Because there's no one around who can be as good at it as I am. Tell me, when you came into the town, when you first stepped foot in here as a free man, or at least under the guise of one, what did you see? Did you see people starving in the streets? Did you see crime? Did you see people being murdered in the back alleys? Or did you see a city running to peak efficiency? That is why I do what I do. Because I'm good at it.
What I saw was a city where people live off of the backs of others, quite literally.
You're not wrong. And so, people have done for thousands of years. Do you know the history of the Imperium? Do you know that we were the first men on this planet, or on this continent? Before us, it was just elves and dwarves, and we came over. We made our way across the seas, and we carved out what small bit we could. And over the years that followed, we expanded. As we expanded, we made enemies, and as we made enemies, we went to war. Wars are expensive. They cost money, and they cost lives. Lives that needed to be refilled, positions in the workforce that needed to be filled. So we devised a system, and it is one that has worked very well that whole time. Until he kind of hits you with until you. Not to say you're the first who thought to rise up, but you're definitely the first to make it this far.
Well, you should count yourself lucky that you're around for this then.
It's a truly historic thing to witness. As will be your deaths. If you think they haven't already formulated a plan to take this city back from your cold, dead hands, you are sorely mistaken.
Then I can't wait.
Nor can I. Sleep tight.
Stanislav gets up and leaves.
He just kind of leans back in the cell, just hits it with one of those against the cold, hard sandstone, and closes his eyes and begins dozing off. You all can hit the long rest button. Everyone go ahead and hit the long rest if you need it. You all fall asleep to the din of the sandstorm just roaring around you throughout the entire night. And then, the following morning, you are all awoken very suddenly by the sound of bells ringing an alarm. Ding, 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 echoing from all over the town. Towers with bells on them being rung. You hear commotion all around you. You hear people scrambling to get their gear together. You see men strapping on armor and weapons as best they can, running out of the keep surrounding, making their way into the center of the central area here. And as you kind of step out, you see from your small spot in the valley, looking out around you into the Ember Steppe, you see the elevation rising, and you see in a perfect circle around the entire city an army bigger than you have ever seen in your life. An army 1,000 strong, all wearing gold armor with purple cloaks billowing in the wind. You find overnight During the sandstorm, an entire army moved into place. And that's where we're going to take our break for today. We'll be back in 10 minutes, everybody. Don't go anywhere. What's up, everybody? We are back. Welcome in, everyone who is just getting us, anyone who has been with us the whole time. We thank you. Things have just been picking up a little bit. There we go.
Boom.
It's been crazy. Welcome in, Dro. How you doing, buddy? Sorry I didn't get a chance to say hi during the game. As you could tell, it's getting a little intense. Shit has hit the fan. They are at war, and they have pissed off some people who are much stronger than they are. But that's the fun of D&D, so here we are. So, you all awaken the following morning to the sound of alarm bells going off through the town. You come out into the kind of central clearing here in the main, the kind of square in which the garrison here is set, and you see, just looking around, clear up on all of the higher elevations, an army almost literally encircling the entire town. You see archers on the cliffs near where you guys set up your zone who are ready to just rain arrows into the city from afar, and you count thousands of men, if not more. It is staggering, and at the head of it, on a high hill overlooking the eastern side of Lysia, you see a kind of purple tent that has been set up. It's like an open air tent with just 4 poles in the ground and a top. There's no sides or anything. It's kind of just a shelter from the hot sun of the desert, and it's just Imperium purple with gold trim around it. And in front of that, you see... Where's my notes page? I have so many notes. No? Is that right? Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7! Yes. You see 7 individuals all standing just in front of that tent, all wearing... from this distance, hard to make out, but you can tell all the robes are a different color of some kind. They're all varying. You see someone in a bright red and orange outfit. You see someone in a darker purple. Just varying, and they all seem to just be standing, overlooking all of you. You see one just raise a hand, and as he does so, a bird appears in his hand, just flies towards you, right towards the keep, and just lands right in the center, and drops a rolled up sheet of paper with a wax seal on it, in purple wax, then vanishes, leaving this small rolled up piece of parchment right in the middle of the town square. What do you want to do? There's no movement anywhere apart from that. Everyone is dead still.
You normally get mad at me when I open stuff, so if someone with smaller, dexterous hands want to do this, or I can do it. I'm cool.
I'll go get it. I'll go. I got it.
I'll pick it up for you. Here you go.
Yeah, I got
I'm
it.
an
Okay.
asshole.
Sorry, the tent would have been at the south end of town by the gate, over on the hill overlooking the gate. My mistake. I said the wrong side.
Gotcha. I pick it. I hold it. Open it. Try not to wreck it. I'm afraid of it.
You
I'm just gonna read it out loud.
You break the seal and pull it open. It's not very long. Whoever's in charge, let's talk. Meet us on the hill. Period. And it's signed the Council of Minds.
Oh boy.
If anyone who wants to, feel free to roll me a history check. Stanny with advantage because you're from here. You don't. I know you, Chris, does not need one, but... Okay. So anyone above a 10. It's not a super hard check. This is pretty common knowledge. So the Council of Minds is the ruling body of the Magus Imperium. It is a council made up of one of the head of each school of magic, excluding necromancy, for obvious reasons. You also know the last head of the necromancy school who did exist on the Council of Minds was Ropesh. However, you can tell since him, they have removed that position from the council, and necromancy is no longer represented. You also know it is the only school of magic completely banned within the Imperium. It is the only unforgivable thing you can be fucking around with. That is, they have a very long history with evil necromancers. They don't like that shit. And based on what you can see and the colors they're all wearing, you gather you have just been invited to a war council and a negotiation with arguably, not even arguably, with the most powerful council of mages to have ever existed in history. What do you guys want to do?
Well then.
I don't know.
I
go
should
get some
probably sit
pizza
this
with
one
them.
out. I feel like I'm gonna say something stupid, and then I'm gonna have no hair again.
You know what? A true leader is when you know when to not take the reins.
That being said, we have to go.
Yeah.
These are the leaders of the Imperium. And if they want to talk before engaging this massive army that they brought here, I think we'd be pretty stupid to turn that down.
Yeah. I guess, though, if they want to talk to the leaders of this, I mean, Mr. Juhila would be my first guess, but he's indisposed.
I hate to say it to you, Gregory. I think it's us.
I think it's us too.
It's anyone but you, Adolescent Gregory. Anyone but you.
I'll go. I'll be there.
I
We
would
need-
probably trust this new guy more than I would trust you to talk to anyone in
I
an
mean-
emotional moment.
Fair.
I look at Stanislav and Mantuka and I ask if they want me to join them.
Well-
Up to the council.
What do you know of what goes on around here? About what's been going on around here?
You've lived it for a number of years. You're quite familiar with the way things work.
I've been a slave in this city for, well, 5 or 6 years, and I've heard about the council and what they do.
And if I'm not wrong, the leader of the city was your master, right?
Plus, yes.
Oh yeah, these are people you've probably been in the same room with at one time or another over the course of history. In fact, you know that 2 of them were sitting with your master during the gladiatorial match.
Fuck. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It always looks cooler if there's 4.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You almost dropped
They're
the rock
the
on
ones
them.
that poofed away.
They are. That's how people found out about your attack. Didn't stop the poof, unfortunate.
Oh, no poop stopping! No!
For lore
Well-
purposes, one of them probably would have got away anyway.
I feel like I'd love to have you there. You've lived it. You know how the leader of the city operates. So. If you'd come, I'd love for you to join us.
I'll be joined.
Your wife kind of
Does the
shores up.
council want us to come unarmed?
They didn't say.
Let's not offer the non-weapon thing. I just
Yeah,
don't
no, I-
enjoy that option.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Mantuka.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
See a
know.
line
It
axe.
happens mostly.
Linax kind of approaches you. This is up to you. You have to do this. Linax, sorry, Furo is out of commission for the time being, as is his, well, grandfather. So, it falls on you. No one else can do it.
Gotcha.
Know what you're fighting for. Know what we're trying to accomplish here, and hold tight to it, and it'll be okay. Clearly they want to negotiate. Otherwise we wouldn't still be standing here. And he looks around at, like, the magical fucking eldritch army that can basically level the city with one move. We're alive because they want us to be.
I've had this hunch that's been nagging at me for quite a while now, and them wanting to talk is making me think I might be right, but hoping not.
What hunch is that? Cards on the table, now's the time.
Well, we happen to have the last remaining piece of a certain old necromancer in our possession. I'm wondering if that certain old necromancer hasn't become more of a problem.
I don't know. It's beyond me. I did my part. It's time for you to do yours. Good luck.
Thank you. We'll need it.
I have no doubt. But I also have no doubt that you're a capable bunch. Most of you. Especially you, Mantuka. Be safe. Good luck.
Did it say in their note they want to meet like ASAP?
They didn't give you a time, but you gather this is kind of less of an at your earliest convenience and more of an as soon as fucking possible kind of deal.
We'll pencil you in next week.
We'll pencil in the Imperium. It's no big deal. We'll make time. It's no problem.
Check me for ticks.
I don't think they'd be able to hide anywhere on your body anymore, buddy.
I loathe you sometimes.
With that, you all, I take it, begin making your way towards the exit of the city.
Yep.
Clearly, I'm not brushing my fur.
The four of you kind of walking through the streets. People still just frantically running around trying to piece together whatever armor, weapons, and gear they can to try and mount some kind of defense here. You do still have city walls, and but like people are pretty stressed out at this point, but they kind of open a path for you and make your way. You go to the front gate and you see it is currently closed, and as you approach, you see there's just a very unassuming man kind of standing there, and then just a giant minotaur with iron hooves kind of standing next to him. We've been told not to let anyone pass.
I'll grab the letter. We are going to speak with the Council of Mines.
Mantuka.
I just kind of stomp my heels, staring at my very large, very iron hooves myself.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, eh?
Just, I was just given a job to do. No, if you were going to negotiate for our safety, perhaps it's best I let you pass. Open the gates! You see up above, so you just hear the sound of a winch or a fucking wheel being cranked, and slowly the gate just begins just moving its way up until there's just enough room for you to walk through the first set of gates, and then slam shut behind you as you walk through this kind of hold-fast area towards the actual main gate that is even bigger and thicker than that one. It too slowly begins to open. Any last preparations you want to make before you step out there?
It takes 10 fucking minutes, but I want to cast Find Greater Steed.
We have 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
Bitch can wait.
I'll say if you wanted to cast Find Greater Steed before you left, I will allow it.
Yeah, because...
Okay. Who you summon?
Oh, Kesh the Pegasus.
Kesh the Pegasus. Fair enough.
There he is.
You see this massive Pegasus appear.
Stanislav basically, for 10 minutes, engages in a series of sort of yoga moves, but they're very slow and precise, and there's magical energy that gets traced as he moves, and then after that, there's kind of a flash of light, and a shiny golden Pegasus appears in front of you.
Pegasus. Are you riding it out the gates, or are you just walking along with it as you go? You got advantage from Insomnia Night, by the way.
I'll ride it through the town, just to give like an appearance of power to the people, so that it give them some inspiration.
Roll me a fucking Riz check, my dude. Just straight up Riz.
Can I do a performance?
Sure, if you want. I got disadvantage. I think I already had one too, so now I'm stacking.
18.
Performance 18. Yeah, so like the people, you can see there's a tangible level of fear. People are stumbling over, knocking weapon racks over instead of getting the weapons handed out and things. It's just very haphazard as you kind of make a show of leading your way through the town with your party in tow. All of you adding yourselves to this show of solidarity and hope and force. You feel the morale begin to pick up amongst the city. People kind of begin to steel themselves for what's about to come, if anything does come of the negotiations.
I make eye contact with people and like give them like looks with a look of intensity. And
Yeah, very
nod and-
very like
Yeah.
Faramir riding down through Minas Tirith to go die horribly, very sad. That kind of vibe, but more positive, less sad, like, oh, this guy's going to die. It's an uplifting vibe, not a
I'm just going to
negative.
talk.
Play some Lethal Company, nice and something. Okay, you guys, as that gate, anything else you guys want to do? We have a Pegasus being summoned. Any final preparations you want to make before this discussion?
I want to
Mantuka?
make sure that my wife,
Mhm.
both my kids will get a dagger, just in case. My wife, or sword or something, and maybe some small armor.
The cat just sleeping behind you is just too cute. Too cute. So you get your
Take the fancy sword that captain had.
you get your wife decked out in armor, and she's no stranger to it. She's a fighter too, as like most people in your culture are all warriors more or less. Your kids have had rudimentary training, particularly the oldest. So you gather. She's like looks at you. I'll protect them with my life. I promise. Come back to us, please. Kayla got robbed again, dude. Let's go. This is fine. I'm the one who disadvantaged, so it worked out anyway. She gives you like a very less romantic hug and more of like one warrior saying parting ways with another. She kind of reaches up, puts her hand on the back of your neck, and pulls you forward and goes forehead to forehead with you, and then kind of leans in and gives you a little light peck on the cheek. She just whispers in your ear, "Come back, please. We need you." And she just lets you go as you start walking away. Oh, Gregory or Mantuka?
So as Stanley's like pumping them up with his stares of like mentorship, as we leave, I'm gonna mouth to them like to get their shit together and sort their fucking shit out. Yeah, I'm like pointing at the shit that they're not grabbing, the defenses that are armed. Like,
Oh god. Roll me an intimidation with your fucking strength as
I
the
call
modifier.
this motivation.
Yeah, it's intimidating motivation. You're motivating them by scaring them.
Into motivation.
There you go, 21. Easily enough.
Intimidation.
Intimidation. You gather on top of Stanislav's display. There's a couple people who are still kind of slouching. You can tell there's some people who are like getting ready to maybe flee when the fighting starts or hide. You're literally going around slapping weapons into people's hands. Like, take this, you fight or you die, and you just begin stealing, like holding people onto their feet and getting them ready. And between the two of you, the whole town is now rallied and ready for whatever may come. Gregory, last preparations. What are you doing?
Gregory's gonna pull out his rainbow broom and just kind of sit on its side saddle and
And
just
just float.
quietly float behind Stan.
And his Pegasus. Okay, perfect. You're just kind of floating.
Dropping rose
and you
petals.
notice, now that you're all seeing this item up close, what is like originally maybe seemed like a broom of flying looks a little more like a rainbow feather duster of flying right now. It's very plumy, almost like a peacock feather, just a series all rainbowing out from the back of it. It's very beautiful.
Nimbus 69 420.
Nimbus 69 420. What's up, Chingus? Welcome in, buddy. Oh my god. Oh, I hate that. I love it, but I hate it. Okay. The gate finally opens all the way. The beam of light, like the sun, just breaking through that small slit and slowly working its way, to a larger and larger gap until it's open enough for you to all make your way through. Stanny, you can ride through on you're walking at this
I'm gonna
point.
hop off at that point, yeah.
You lead Ikesh the Pegasus through the front gate, and you all...
He doesn't have leads, he just follows.
That's true. You all make your way out the front gate and see now this massive kind of hilltop in front of you on which the purple tent with gold trim is set. The 7 figures have now retreated inside, and you see they're all sitting in 7 almost identical chairs except for the one in the very center, which is quite a bit larger and more ornate than the rest. You see these individuals sitting as you kind of slowly make your way up the hill. They have a circle of guards just penning them in. You see crossbows trained on you at all times, but like aiming just at your feet, like so they're not pointed directly at you. They're just very clearly ready to shoot on a moment's notice if need be. And as you kind of approach the tent, you see the 7 different individuals all in there. One wearing I actually have to look. One wearing just very beautiful golden robes with silver trim on it. He's sitting in the main chair at the head, kind of an older man with long gray beard. Not the oldest individual at this table, or at this group, but definitely seemingly in the seat of power. You see another man, kind of light blues and silvers, nothing overly fancy going on there, sitting quietly, both hands on either armrest. You see an individual wearing a very plain brown leather coat that almost doesn't stand out, but his scarf is a brilliant sapphire color, kind of just waving in the wind as he's sitting as well. Then an individual all in purples, hands just crossed over his chest. And then the last three women, one wearing bright colors of red and orange, definitely almost the embodiment of fire herself, as you see this individual there. The next just wearing simple green robes that are kind of tight-fitting to the body, long black raven dark hair and piercing green eyes, just sitting there staring at you all intently, just taking stock of each of you. And then the last one wearing all black top to bottom is a woman with long white hair, sitting with her hands crossed in front of her. You see a necklace around her neck that represents the School of Illusion. She's the only one who's outright wearing her insignia. The rest you can kind of more or less figure out. If you want, you can roll me a history check to see if you guys remember any of their names from your education's times. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's about education. So Gregory, you would know. So at
natural 0.
Mantuka
Really
would
good
know.
at your people's culture.
Stanny, you are at advantage. You were born and raised here. Keep that in mind for anything involving the history of Imperium. Oh, okay. There you go. Still not great, but not terrible. So I will say, at very least, you all know the leader is Grand Mage Beatrice Fren. He is the head of the Council of Mines. Beatrice, Byrtros, Fren. The rest of you, everyone other than Stanislav, would know Master Estro Solar, who is the head of the Enchantment School. The main guy, Beatrice, is the head of Transmutation. You also Derek Threns, who is the head of Abjuration, was the individual in the plain jacket. The man in purple was Yistra Rulash. He was the Divination Master on the council. The woman with the red robes was Master Drusan. She's a master of evocation magic. One in green is Master Relisa Darkheart. She is the master of conjuration magic. And last but not least, Master Relia, the head of the illusion school. And those are them. Most of you actually remember that. Stanny, you just know the main dude, and you know that's kind of the one you're there to talk to. Anyway, and as you approach, they all sit silently. You see he waves his hand, and you know these individuals are exceptionally powerful magic beings. And he waves his hand, and you see 4 servants bring out 4 chairs for each of you. Actively choosing not to use magic to do that. Very clearly makes a moment of commanding these 4 people to bring out 4 chairs of you. And there's 4 empty chairs sitting now, and they kind of form like a semicircle with Beatrice at the front center, kind of in the big chair, and the 4 kind of sit within the circle, but facing all of them.
Just nod and go and sit in the far left chair.
Okay.
Just mentally tell Akesh to relax.
You see Akesh like very tense, almost kind of let the tension go out of the body a little bit. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll pull out an apple and give it to him and then go sit down.
Thank you. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I had an apple. Thank you. He's
Mantuka will sit too.
Hey, Mantuka sits too.
Same.
Gregory sits.
Same.
You guys sit too? Okay. You all sit. At that moment, all 7 of them, just with their arms, they all simultaneously, almost eerily at the same time, cross their arms, and as they do, their eyes all light up with a blue color, and the head, Beatrice, speaks, but he does so with 7 voices, all harmonizing equally, as they all speak through him. One mind, speaking in unison. I can't do 7 voices at once, so I'm not going to try.
What do you mean?
I don't have that skill set, so you get a very echoey version, and you just. So, finally, the resistance is brought to the forefront and brought to light.
You have done well, better than any who have come before you. Believe me, there have been many. All have failed, as you will fail. But first, you have taken something of great value from us. We would like it back. Now, be a simple enough thing to rebuild Lysia after we destroy it with all of you inside. But perhaps that is not the way it needs to go. We want our city back. We want our property back. What do you say? This is not a negotiation, in case you were confused. You're here to surrender.
I trust, and he gestures to the thousands of soldiers who have surrounded your city on all sides.
You understand the stakes here.
Perhaps better than anybody.
So we just give you the city. That's the offer. That's the
No,
deal.
you give us the city. We spare everyone inside who is able to be put to work. We return them to their shackles, and the four of you are made example of. That this might never happen again.
That sounds like a horrible deal. Like probably the worst deal ever.
Okay, I feel like you're perhaps not understanding me. We're not here to make a deal. We're here to tell you that we will kill you and everyone within the walls of that city if you do not give yourselves over to us now. Give yourselves over and you will die. Yes, probably slowly and very painfully. But the people you've worked so hard to save will get to live. What say you?
He smiles, knowing that he holds the power here.
Take a second to look into each of my friend's eyes.
Well, you'd all roll me an insight check, too, as you're going about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And go ahead, what were you asking, Stanny?
What would be the point?
Use my advantage.
What would be the point of all that we've done if we were to just turn around and hand it all back to you?
Much like every rebellion that has come before, there is no point. I feel like the lot of you understand nothing about your place in this society. You are beneath us, all of you. Every single one. And every time one of you is foolish enough to try to raise your head up out of the shit, I assure you, we will be there to stuff it back under.
I've been poking my head at a shit for days.
Not great insight, guys.
I rolled a 16.
No, okay. Good from you. Wait, where?
I've had better rolls.
Where's the 6? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. It's pretty rough.
I was
all around.
hoping the new guy would pull his weight a bit. But
So, Stanny,
sorry.
you pick up on it quite a bit. You're kind of like, as you read over your party, and then make your way through each of the council one by one, you see different emotions registering on the faces as these words are being said. Some are firm, resolute. You can tell they're in agreement. But there's a couple who have a troubled look on their face, I might say. As if something isn't quite sitting right with them, and those individuals would be Master Drusan, the head of evocation magic, so the woman in the bright reds. Reds and orange. The other would be Lysia Darkheart, the head of conjuration, the one in the tight green attire with the black hair. And then the last would be Derek Threns, the head of abjuration magic, who is the one wearing the kind of plain coat with the really nice scarf. You see a troubled look there. I'm not sure what to make of it.
These are the terms. If you have something else to offer, something you'd like to bring to the table, now would be the time.
Hey guys, remember that thing that was an ape and I ape smashed? Maybe he's worth something.
Not yet, Mantuka. Not yet.
You mean the master of this city?
Oh, that guy.
Keep him. He's of no use to us anymore. He lost the city. If you think we were keeping him around after you leave, you were sorely mistaken as well.
I figured you would say as much.
He will be replaced with someone far more young and capable.
If I'm still alive, he's gonna get dick tortured.
What about this? Gregor, you remember that thing we got up north a while ago?
Yeah.
Can I have that, please?
Opens up the box, looking at them all, and then kind of like turns around, goes,
I can still see it. They're all seeing. God, I'm stupid.
I open up the box and just pull out the leg. Yeah, the leg.
As you reach it and pull it out, you do find what you're looking for. Not in the same condition you put it in the bag of holding.
Up.
And you notice it has decayed far more than it was when you first put it in there. It seems almost mundane in nature now. The skin has dried. There's no juiciness to it like there was before. You kind of drop it into the sand. There's just a black, rotting set of bones with some meat hanging off of them.
Shit.
Do you want me to throw a piece of meat from my bag on there too? Is that where are we offering them fucked up meat?
Roll me an insight.
Jerky, yeah.
Roll me another insight check.
Yeah.
It's a jerky trade. Okay.
Okay. You notice as you drop the leg down, they kind of all unsync with each other. The eyes stop glowing, and you see them all kind of take stock of what you've just... Okay. So with the 25, what did anyone else get above 15? Gregory did.
I
right?
got a 15, yeah.
Okay, you got a 15. Okay, so... The first thing is, there's not a lot of recognition here. They're not sure at first why you have produced a rotting piece of leg. However, with the 25, Farkin, you being the only one who... Gregory would have been over 22, so you would notice. Master Relia, the head of the School of Illusion, has an immediately knowing look on her face. She recognizes it. Or at least knows what it is. She tries to hide it for a second. You just catch a brief flash of like a knowing look in her face before she snaps out and throws on the face of someone who is actively trying to pretend like this is something they're not familiar with. Why have you brought this before us? You hear the woman in green kind of pipe up. Not every day that someone brings a decrepit leg to a meeting with us. So, explanations would be appreciated.
Well, it's not just any old decrepit leg, although I'm surprised it's in that condition.
Hey, buddy.
On in on the fact that the recognition on the face of the one of the heads.
Are you gonna point that out? Are you gonna point it out? What do you say to him? What do you say?
Ask her. He recognizes it.
Yes.
Oh? I look expectantly at the woman in black.
I can assure you I have no idea what you're talking about. You mean I recognize it? It's a rotten piece of leg.
Saw it in your eyes. Recognize where we got it from, where they got it from. And now you're trying to hide it. Doing a very poor job on it.
I don't think I am. I've never seen such a thing before, I assure you. Why have you brought this here? Whatever it is.
Because I think that you're scared because you have a bigger problem on your hands. This was the last limb of Ropesh the Cruel.
You see a quick reaction. Okay, I'm letting you go. Jesus. You see a quick jerk reaction on some of their faces as the name Ropesh is mentioned. That's some of them are aware. You can tell that some of them are more aware than others about the potential threats of things. I love you, Chowder. Love you, little man. Really, yeah.
I believe that he is the only reason why you didn't just come in and take your city back in the first place. You have us surrounded with a much larger army than we could handle. Why not just take it back?
Master Derek in the plain coat with the scarf.
I assure you, I have no idea what you're talking about. We are here because you committed crimes against the Imperium, and we would see those crimes righted, one way or another. Now, while I agree that perhaps the time for change may be rapidly approaching, I don't believe this is the way to achieve it.
The head. Yes, we are all aware of your sympathy towards those in chains. I will remind you to remember your place. He kind of grits his teeth a little. See him kind of clench his jaw a little bit. And you recognize a look of sympathy on Drusan and Release's face as well, the other two who sympathize with him. Do you think we're here to negotiate with you because of a long-dead necromancer who has become a problem to us?
Perhaps.
No. You are incorrect.
Perhaps you are here just to kill us.
We are. We're here for our city. And while you're in it, you are our enemy. And you have a great deal of crimes to answer for. I want everyone to roll me a perception check. Mantuka's like, fuck, dude!
Oh,
21's gonna do it. You need a 20. So just Stanny. This is actually kind of fitting. You catch something on the wind. You're not sure what. There's just a light breeze that's kind of blowing up from the southeast. The last little bits of the storm that brushed up the sand, and you catch something on it. Just something carrying on that breeze, and it smells. And you're not sure what it is at first. You take it in a little longer, and you think about what that may be. And then you realize the reason the smell's not standing out is because you've been around it for the last day and a half. It's the smell of dead. It's the smell of rotting bodies. En masse. And as you sit there and catch this breeze, you hear a smile. Or you see a smile form across the face of Master Relia. And as you see her smiling, you look behind her as the sandstorm begins rolling across the Ember Step faster than you have ever seen in your life, roaring towards you at high speed, literally just tearing over each of the sand dunes, traversing the Ember Step towards you faster than anything. She smiles, and as she snaps her fingers, you see her vanish from sight completely. And as that is happening, you watch as the sandstorm is about to crash behind the tent, and as you do, you see in that sandstorm, at the head of it, a pair of wings, spreading nearly 60, 70 feet across, if not more. You hear the roar of a dragon tearing across the Ember Step, and you look as just barely silhouetted in this sandstorm, you see the silhouette of a dragon with holes torn through all of its wing flaps, pieces of bone sticking out of it where meat has not yet covered up over all of it, and you watch as it breathes out a torrent of purple necrotic flame, and it just engulfs the entire tent in which you guys all stand. I need everybody to go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Everybody within 10 feet of me can add 4 to this roll.
Go ahead.
Oh god.
21.
Okay. So everyone who rolled below an 18, which is
Me.
just you.
Just me.
Just you. Okay, you take 54 points of necrotic damage as this breath just fills the tent and engulfs everything around you. Everyone who saves was everyone who is above the 18 takes half that damage, so it's going to be 27, I believe, if my math is correct. Rar, I'm sorry, that's the best Rar I can do. Sorry, that's my best. That's all I got.
It was good.
And you watch as several of the council are just consumed entirely in flame. And as you watch, you begin scrambling away. You see some of the council all jump out of their seats running towards you. You see the dragon fly off towards the army and just breathe gouts of purple flame into it that engulf all of the soldiers in it. And you watch them fall as this dragon just soars over the battlefield. What do you all want to do? Yep,
21
Mantuka.
damage, you said, right?
22.
27.
So,
Oh yeah.
Story. What is dragon attacking their army or the
Look, I mean,
town,
based on
or
that,
both?
the dragon attacked all of you and then the army. And at that
Yeah,
point,
where was the army right now?
you are out with the army, and at that point, the sandstorm hits. Your vision is completely obscured. You can barely see 5 feet around you. You are all in basically darkness at this point. You cannot see. You are effectively blinded by a sandstorm. The 4 of you are now in this tent. You see some of the council have been completely taken out by this first bout of flame. And even as they do, you watch as their bodies start to twist and contort, and they start to rise up from the ground from where they were just laying. You see some of the council immediately just fire off magic at them, taking out a couple of the zombies as they do so, and then start sprinting towards you guys and make their way almost just straight past you. So you see the woman in red, the woman in green, and the man in the jacket with the scarf. The 3 who were sympathizing with you seemingly have survived this and are now running. We need to get to the city! And they're just barreling past you. They're yelling at you to run with them as they're saying that. What do you guys want to do? You have a chance to, we're not going into initiative order. This is, the dragon is going, and then you guys are going. What are you doing?
I'm gonna grab Gregory and toss him on Akesh with me, and we're gonna run. We're gonna run toward the city.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Okay, sprinting full speed. What about you?
Not flying.
Farkin.
sprinting, trying to keep up with Mantuka.
Okay. Even as you're running, you're all making your way down the sand dunes at full speed. You see, crashing over the sand dunes with the sandstorm, just as you're kind of looking back, hundreds of just a mass of bodies, all arms and legs, just kind of contorting and making their way out of the sand, digging. Every body that has ever died outside of Lysia is currently crawling its way out of the sands around you. And soon, as you look around, you see arms breaking out of the sand, skeletal hands with bits of flesh just dangling off of them, not yet completely stripped bare by the sands, are beginning to just crawl their way out. What are you guys doing? You make your way down to the gate. You're
Open the gates! Open the gates! Open the gates!
Yeah,
Immediately, if not sooner!
I'm using thaumaturgy to yell, "Open the fucking gate!"
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, you do have a Pegasus. Worst case Ontario.
Yeah, but it's a sandstorm. I'd like not to leave the ground.
So you're just sprinting towards it. Okay. We'll go ahead and I mean, there's a sandstorm going on and a dragon fucking causing a bunch of shit. Go ahead and roll me. Ow, my water splashed me in the face. Didn't love that.
I also yell at Stanislav to make sure that the people in the city fill every bucket of water and every barrel they can find.
Okay.
Okay, the dragon spits dead people. I think we're good.
Yeah, but there's also fire, right?
As you guys all reach the gate and you're yelling for it to open, it doesn't open. You're screaming at the top of your lungs. Roll me a, I want to say persuasion,
Fucking
because they're all
Jesus
watching this
fuck.
happening. They're all seeing this sandstorm hit and hundreds of zombies now crawling their way, trying to make their way to the city. So go ahead and roll me a persuasion, please. Okay. The gate just barely begins to creep open. Slowly, as you guys are just waiting for your chance to get through. You watch as the dragon is just basically flying in a circle around the town, blasting the Imperium army with its whatever it is coming out of its mouth. And as you watch them fall, seconds later, they begin and just piecing themselves back up. And you watch as an army of dead, not a horde, not a group, an army, 1,000 strong, just begins rising out of the sands. There are hundreds, if not millions, of corpses all walking towards the city walls here. You guys all get in. The gates slam shut behind you. You make your way through the holdfast and the second set of gates, which you find are already open. Those two slam shut behind you as you make your way through. The 3 council members made it in with you.
Yeah. I immediately, grab one of them. I don't care who the fuck. And I grab them and fucking pin them against the wall.
Get your fucking hands off of me.
I mean you no harm.
Then get your fucking hands off of me.
Okay, I
Good.
put my hands down.
Try again.
I saw how you and your compatriots looked at us. You want no part in this, do you?
We can discuss that later. We need to get out of here. We need to get somewhere.
Keep?
At that point, you hear the woman. I'm having trouble keeping track of all the names because there's like a billion fucking people in my head. Lysia. Oh no, is there Lysia? Yes, it is. Kind of pipes up. There is one way. There we can get the people to safety. I'm not sure how many we can get to safety, but perhaps we can save this city and everyone in it, or at least some of them. There is an old gate in the keep. It's used only as a means of escape. It's a one-way trip. It's put in case the town leader ever needed to make an escape in a hurry with his men. It only works one direction. They can't come in. It was a defensive measure. But if I can power it back up, maybe we can save these people.
Where does it lead?
Pillarstone.
How much time do you need to get it working?
I don't know. I just need to get to it. And you need to keep me safe until I can open it. We need to get as many people out of here as we can. The time for war and enemies is done. Are you with us?
Give you as much time as we can.
Go through the town, gather every person that is able to move, everyone who is capable of moving in a hurry, bring them to the gate. Bring them to the keep, and if they're not capable of keeping up, leave them behind. Go. Meet me at the keep, and the 3 of them all run off together.
Take the Pegasus. You'll get there faster.
There's a moment where she smiles because that's pretty fucking cool, and she just runs up, swings a leg, a couple legs, like a leg over the Pegasus, and Nikesh looks. He's like, "You sure?"
It's all good, buddy.
Okay. And just takes off into the sky, and you see this Pegasus with this woman with just raven black hair streaking behind her, making their way towards the keep. The mage with the jacket, Derek, is, "I'll go do what I can and see who I can bring. You do the same and meet us back at the keep. That is where we will make our stand. Go!" And he takes off. So what are you guys doing? How you going about fixing this problem? Let's switch to some more intense music here. Why don't we? Do it.
I think we should split up. We can get to more people that way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, split the party. I'm down.
Okay, we're splitting the party.
Up at the keep in 30 minutes.
Okay, back in 30
if
minutes.
Everyone's not dead.
Yes.
You all take off into the town. You see on the walls there are some of your men are just wielding bows, firing what arrows they can, but they're shooting into a sea of dead bodies. They're not really doing anything. People just kind of making themselves feel like they're fighting back at this point. You kind of make your way through the city. Where are you all going separately? We'll start with Stanislav.
Sure. So I'm gonna go to the town square where I'm sure there's just a butt-fuck ton of people panicking, and I'm basically gonna is there a statue or a fountain or something in the middle?
In the middle of the town square? Yeah. So actually I will go to the town map.
Yeah.
Hi, Chowder. I see you staring at me, and I love you, but this is intense. I need to focus. Thank you. Thank you. So where are you going?
Okay, so I'm going
You know the closest thing to a fountain would be the Slavers Pavilion, which literally has an auction block where you can stand and be heard by everyone in the market district. It was specifically designed for that.
Works for me, so I'm gonna go there.
Okay,
just
easily done.
wading through people, and once I get there, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna hold my hammer in the air and cast daylight on it.
Okay. So you cast daylight, and there's just a beam of light that shoots into the sky from your hammer or your mace.
Yep. And at the same time, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to yell.
I chased him away with my love. It worked.
Everybody stop panicking, please.
Everyone, roll me your persuasion at disadvantage. There is a dragon burning shit. There are people dying. There are zombies now starting to climb over each other to get over the walls. So 10's the bare minimum, which is like good. People are not calming down, but you are at least getting their attention.
Listen to me.
They're listening, but they're like frantically running around trying to do whatever they can. And you now begin to see on the southern wall of the holdfast, that front gate, there's actually a horde of zombies that have begun to climb over. And you see your men, your soldiers, what left of them, just rushing to that spot to try and hold them off, giving you as much time as you can possibly get. What are you going to say to them? What do you say?
I just yell, as calmly as you can, make your way to the keep. We have a way out.
Okay. Easily, I don't trust you, Chowder. Easily enough. With the 10, it's hard to get them into gear. People are panicking. Everyone's just absolutely losing their shit. But you eventually manage to get through them. People start kind of filing onto the roads and rushing over each other. This is a lot of pushing and shoving. You didn't do the best job of corralling and calming everybody, but at very least, the population is starting to make their way to the keep. Mantuka, what are you doing?
Danny, always remember, what would Mantuka do?
What would Tuka do?
It'll help you all times.
Poke him in the eye.
Start with the dick.
Great ideas, guys. I love where you're at. Dick poking, eye badger checks. Fuck yeah. See, you're welcome. Add to it.
I got you.
It's like a cornucopia of awesomeness. Whatever's not socially acceptable now, just boom, character.
Once I'm done
Who the
that,
fuck
though,
cares?
I'm gonna go fight off zombies so that people can escape.
Yeah, you notice they haven't really made their way in apart from that one spot, and they are currently doing that. So I'm gonna say you're focusing just on getting people to the keep for this, and then making your way there yourself. Mantuka, what are you doing? Gregory and Farkin, you're on deck
myself.
after that. You're doing
On the
yourself.
far left side of the map. I'm gonna go to that area, try to grab as many people as I can. Hopefully my other peeps will go to this area and this area on the map, because there's 2 other people's turns, and we'll try to get as many people and converge.
How are you going about corralling those people?
I'm a fucking
Screaming at them?
I'm a somewhat hairless minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loud and I'm yelling.
Okay, go ahead and
And they
roll.
don't fucking want to come out. Whatever. I don't give a shit. So I'm leaving.
Go ahead and roll me a intimidation at disadvantage because people are fucking panicking. But you can.
So we'll do the lower.
A woman
We'll
that
take the
looks
lower.
at you the way Chowder looks at Rusty.
I know. I love my cat. My cat loves me. So 9. Not the greatest. You're honestly at this point, like, people are panicking. The dragon is basically completed its strafing run. You notice at this point, there's not a living person outside the walls of this city. And you all look as the dragon turns its way back around. And for the first time, as it's turning, you see something clearly on its back. A man with long white hair. You can't make out the facial details. He's wearing dark green robes with little traces of gray in them that has been stained and damaged over time. You can see holes through them as they're billowing behind him. And you look as the face turns towards you and can just barely make out the dry, crackly skin of someone who has been dead for millennia. Gregory, what are you doing?
Freaking the fuck out!
Stanny, you have advantage from good old Rusty.
Gregory is going to go ahead and try and Gregory doesn't know that. He immediately starts running north, towards the barracks, towards Castle Lysia, and as soon as he gets across the bridge, he just pulls out the bone masks, constantly shifting, rips off like he's ripping off pieces of bark, and shoves all the pieces that he takes just right into the ground. And just a burst of feathers come above. And I'm gonna summon 24 giant owls.
Okay.
Giant.
Okay, let's go, giant owls.
owl.
24 giant owls. Fucking send it. Are you just gonna start?
Beings.
You're just gonna start airdropping people in the keep? Am I understanding the plan here?
As they just like, and they're all circling around, and I take off on the broom, and I'm just gonna start pointing out anyone I see that's like, looks like they're being overtaken by zombies, looks like they're in a rubble, anything bad, and I'm like, pick that one up,
Okay.
go get that one over there, There's 3 of them.
As you kind of directing them and they're doing all of that, you notice now there are places in the walls where the zombies have begun to just make their way over in droves. They've basically piled on themselves until they can breach over the walls. Stanny, you're muted. You're muted, and you're focused on getting people right now. So, Farkin.
And,
Gregory, go ahead, continue.
Whenever, if there's ever a spare owl in my arsenal at the moment, and I see them coming up, I'm just gonna say, scratch them!
Okay.
And they have flybys, so they can just kind of like...
Yep. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say roll me just one. I'll say roll me an attack at advantage, and we're gonna count it for the whole swarm. And this is how effectively they attack people, or attack zombies, and grab people to get them out of there. And based on how you roll, we're gonna roll some other shit.
Nice!
Roll me a percentile, please.
Ooh.
Fucking
Yeah.
fuck the DM. I mean, you gotta take me to dinner first. 71. Okay. So you don't do as much damage to the zombies as you're hoping. It's pretty minimal at this point. They kind of strafe through, and as some go down, they're just replaced by others at this point. They're beginning to swarm into the streets over the southeastern wall and into the estate district over here. Jesus. But you do actually manage to help grab some of the people who are having trouble keeping up, some of the more infirm and elderly individuals who aren't able to run and fight themselves. And you start bringing them to the keep, and you watch as owls are just shoulder lifting people as they're fucking panicking and freaking out into the sky, and just gently placing them down in the in the keep where they can safely be.
Just a bunch of giant owls with bone masks on.
It's so terrifying. That's almost as scary as the dragon, to be honest with you. And you all watch then as this is happening. These people are just being airlifted. The dragon turns back around and for the first time flies over the city. He passes over the southern section of the market district of the lower square and breathes this purple, almost flame-like, it's basically purple necrotic fire. And you watch it weave between the buildings, through windows and doors, filling the streets and consuming all in its path. And he just strafes a pass over the city, flies over towards the keep where he sees all of you beginning to muster. And you see the man on the back from hundreds of feet in the air, not even hundreds of feet, he's not that high up at this point, just look down and just in his hand conjure a fireball and throw it, and it hits the top of the keep, or the actual castle, which is the roof is made out of wood, and it bursts into flame, and you watch as the castle is just consumed in a gout of fire. People are screaming in the streets and beginning to trample over each other in fear. As the people are consumed by by this necrotic breath, you watch them and piece themselves back up onto their feet and continue attacking. They grab people from the swarms, tearing them down in scratches and bites. And as they are consumed, they too rise back up to join the fray on the side of Ropesh. Last up, Farkin, what you doing?
I'm gonna run to the armory and see armory and swords and daggers.
Yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
See if I can find anything that can cause an explosion and start blocking up paths so the zombies will be slowed.
You're looking for bombs.
Yeah.
You're looking for explosions. Okay,
Yes.
so roll me an investigation or perception check. Your choice. One or the other. Doesn't matter to me.
Make her when we need him.
Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. Walt Whitman, inspiration for Gregory.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, 11.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do have your inspiration. If you want to re-roll it, go ahead and roll.
Slide.
Okay, so you don't find any bombs per se. What you do find is in the Dune Rest Inn, there is a collection of particularly strong alcohol, and you surmise pretty quickly that if you were to stuff a rag in these things, you could probably make a pretty effective firebomb with them. Basically a Molotov cocktail, more or less. Where'd the cat
That's a Molotov nuke.
So yeah, basically. So I'd say you can find enough to make 3 firebombs. Do with that what you will. Where are we going? Hell, likely. Olive Garden, actually, preferably. Bottomless breadstick before that bottomless bread dick. All right, let's go. Chowder!
I'm gonna make sure that the zombies can only come at us at the main one.
Okay, yeah, so where are you throwing your firebombs?
I'm basically forcing them to just take one road, kind of.
Okay, easy
hit
enough.
a
No,
bottleneck.
don't even need rolls for that. We'll just have you set them. So you basically set fires, so they'll have to funnel either down the main road towards you guys, or kind of make their way around the outskirts of town and kind of loop back in. What do you want? Do you want my attention, or do you want to chill? I don't understand. You walk up on my desk.
Everything and nothing.
I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what this cat. I give up. So, with that, I will say you have slowed the zombies down and effectively saved more people. Roll me a percentile dice, just for me, please. Some of these buildings are wood.
B100, right?
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Buildings in Lysia are gonna burn down? What a shame.
Sloan. Yeah, words are hard.
Sloan.
54. Okay, so as you begin, like, you take these fire bombs you've made, and you try to pick out places that are more strategic, like a carriage with some hay in it. You light that on fire and block off an entire road with it. You notice the fire begin to spread, kind of going rooftop to rooftop on the little bit of thatch roofing that exists here, but it doesn't spread outrageously fast, and you gather you have enough time to evacuate the city, though the market district is likely going to burn now. If that is everything,
Marketplace than the people.
okay. If that is everything, we will have everyone meeting back up at this point, as you've all helped in whatever way you can, kind of escorting. As you guys are making your way up, you very quickly realize that the market, or the lower district, the market, has completely fallen. There is no hope of saving anyone in there. And you make your way across the bridge, making your way into the upper market, and you watch as the bridge behind you guys are the last ones to leave with this group, the guard behind you immediately goes to the kind of guardhouse. You don't see what he does in there. What you watch is just the small trickle of energy goes from the wall of the gatehouse and just kind of sparks across the floor, and the bridge just explodes. Very similar to what you guys did. You gather much of this city has built-in defenses to prevent that, kind of invasion and stuff. So
Is that guy now stuck on the other side?
no, he did it from your side. Like, he
Okay,
specifically waited for you to cross and then blew the bridge from inside. You gather this entire city is enchanted to be defended very easily. So they've cut that off, and there's just a deep, very somewhat fast-moving river there that would be very difficult for them to get past. You can see the Druhilla estate and vineyard on the other side of the oasis. Everything is in flames. The entire upper district, the estate district, is burning. What?
There's so many fucking artifacts in that house.
Yeah. It is
God.
the entire estate district is being put to flames, and you're watching as swarms of zombies are just pouring over the walls at this point. You all gather back up at the main gate to the keep, and let's switch to our battle map for today. So the first time you saw the Lysia Keep, it was Lysia Keep pre-Pesh. This is Lysia Keep post-Pesh. Enjoy. Whee! So you see, on the western side, the keep is entirely in flames. The roof is just burning and beginning to collapse in on itself. Anything wood in that building is toast. You see, as you make your way into the gate, so if you guys want to drag yourself onto the map right by the gate, that's where you guys are coming into this. You see a file of people all running towards the open doors of the castle. You see the two mages standing at either side, both casting towards the lake, where you now see an entire army of people, your men and the Imperium soldiers you had captured, who have now been set free, fighting side by side to hold off this horde, this wall of undead flesh coming towards them, and they're just holding as best they can. You guys, so here's how this encounter is going to go. You have 5 turns. At the end of 5 turns, on the 6th turn, the city will be overrun. You have that many turns to save as many people as you can. If you leave beforehand, you will be leaving people behind. If you stay too late, you will be left behind. Good luck. I need everyone to go ahead and roll me initiative, please. So Kieran, select your mini on the map there, and then hit the initiative thing on your page while it's all selected. I am going to roll just once for the zombie horde, because that makes my life so much easier.
DM, can you add +5 to each of my compatriots' initiative rolls? Please?
Yes, I can.
Not
I
mine.
can.
Oh my god, you guys rolled so fucking good.
I rolled so bad. I don't. Honestly, it doesn't matter because the undead are going last no matter what. So I can add the +5. It's not going to make a difference. So that would put Gregory at a 9, Tuka at a 19, Stanny at a 15.
Nope, mine's already calculated.
Wait, why is there 2 of you all in there?
What?
I'm confused.
I rolled a 21.
Yeah, there's like multiple of you. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Antika rolled a 20. Yeah, so like for some reason it put you all in there twice. Weird, because I definitely cleared it at the start of the game. That's fine though. I think that's everybody, right? All 4 is. Aaron, you rolled 19?
Yeah.
Plus 5, so Tuka's at a 25. It's fucking 26 for Ryan. And wow. Okay. Sandy, you rolled like shit.
That's fine.
Okay, Gregory, you're up. You're just approaching the gate. It is open, waiting for you guys, and it is already starting to close as you're making your way in. Like, you can get in, and then the gate's gonna slam shut behind you. What do you guys want to do on your turn? You see this horde is just gathered at the southern side of this, and people are just beelining as best they can towards the thing. The gate is open. It will be closing, but there are still people trying to make their way in behind you, so do with that what you will. What do you guys want to do? Gregory, you're up.
Has it been an hour since we kind of set out? It's been about half an hour, right?
Since you went up the hill? Yeah, all of this
I still have
happened
my owls.
very, very fast. 5 turns, very, very important turns. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have my owls then, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm flying right over, with all 24 of them on my what's it called? Flying broom.
Oh god. We're gonna theater of the mind your owls for now.
Yes,
okay.
please
They have free domain wherever they want to go, whatever they want to do. Fucking send it.
I want
I love that.
24 minis.
I don't want 24 minis, dude.
But I
No.
don't
Best
want
owl.
I don't want to do that. That sounds sad for me.
Just want to make sure. Yes, good. Okay, I can fly 60 feet with my owls. So they're just gonna stay with me. They're making like an owl cloud, a clowl, if you will, and I.
Leave. You die. You're struck down.
Everybody.
Struck down from the heavens and you die. So you have a horde of owls. Yes. What are they doing?
Go. They are gonna start shoulder lifting people.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll me a percent. Yeah, I guess they're not resisting. So go ahead. Just roll me a percentile.
I think y'all be happy to know that a group of owls is called a parliament.
I love that. I love that. That's super cool.
All my badgers are called Earthquake. The owls are called Parliament. 99.
Nice.
Okay. I will say with that, you save all of the children. Just picking out with a 99. You just like start picking out like everyone who is not moving as fast as your full-grown adults. So like the elderly, the infirm, people who have injuries and stuff. That's who you focus on. And then you get all of the wounded, all of the elderly, and all of the children out. So you're just dealing with adults now. So at least if they die, you've saved the next generation, or at least some of them.
It's just like a system of like one owl picks up them and then the other one like
Yeah,
flies
like
under
chain.
and drops.
Yeah.
It's just like
There's not that many
you got,
kids in this group, to be fair. Like this was mostly like freed slaves from the city. Not a lot of kids kicking around in the group at this point. But you do manage to save most of them. And there are still now just hundreds of people filing through the gate. It is still open. The zombies have not caught up to the back group yet. What is the rest of you doing? Gregory, you still have your turn, actually, if you wanted to move or do anything. Your owls
I'll
just
move
did some
the
moving
60
stuff.
feet
Okay.
and I'll go like right there.
Okay.
And
You're flying, right?
yeah. And so my owls are just scattered. They're picking people up. Jesus. Fuck it. I'm like a solid couple feet in the air, I'm sure. Can I get a nice clear view of over here? See all them baddies?
Oh yeah, you look down there. Everyone with a red dot is a zombie, and there's just a ocean of them following. They're basically walking from the island the lake or the arena's on under the water, and then back out up of the water. Like they're just submerging and coming out the other side. So you're just watching undead just pull themselves out of the water. Guide my hand for bringing hope. The innocent strengthen me. Oh, face incarnation of Lysia, for no followers of the true world would accept defeat as an accomplishment. Prayer of Torm. I'm gonna give Stanislav a free inspiration with that, as you feel the voice of JT the Just ringing in your ears, saying a prayer of Torm. Is that your turn, Gregory?
I go ahead and cast Firebolt at 6th level this way.
Firebolt. You mean fireball?
Fireball, sorry.
Fireball. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At 6th level, so that I can spell sculpt 7 people out of it if need be. So, like, Gregory's just looking forward. The little old man comes out of the box, and he looks just as nicely focused as Gregory, and he points forward. That same, like, fireball just erupts.
Just roll your damage. They're not even... There's no rolling on this.
Love it.
There's no roll.
That.
Yep. They don't need to make a save. They're not dodging it. Just roll your damage.
43 fire.
They're not making a save because it doesn't matter. Your fireball hits them and all of the bodies are singed to a crisp. And no sooner than the ashes hit the ground, you see another horde just moving right through their place to follow. You get the sense very quickly that no matter how many of these things you kill, you're not going to make much of a difference. But the more you can hold them off, the better. So it's something. People are just screaming, clawing over each other as they stumble their way towards the gate. You do see kind of this bright, glowing green flash emanating from inside the castle walls. You can't quite make out from what, but it's kind of coming from this kind of back corner, front corner over here. You just see green flashes kind of illuminating the side of the castle, which is also being illuminated by the giant gout of flame on top of it.
Also, my hammer still has daylight on it.
It does. Yeah, you are still casting daylight actively. So that'll be you, Gregory.
Yep.
Mantuka, you're up. What are you doing?
I'm going to dash and motivate people by yelling at them.
Okay.
If you get to the temple and the wizards do their blah blah, they might save you. If you don't make it there, you're fucked.
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check with advantage. These people are scared and you're just scaring them into running faster at this point.
It's like herding fucking cattle.
It literally, that's basically what you guys are doing. This is like we're saving people, not fighting actively anymore. Love this.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, that'll be enough. So you basically just kind of make your way up the sides like, come on, you fuckers! And you're just pushing them along. Basically like a coach kind of chasing someone who's running and screaming at them as they're doing so.
My hands, like clapping and stuff.
Let's go! And you're just keeping them motivated, going at full speed as best you can. And people are just beginning to file towards the keep itself. Next up, we have Farkin. What are you doing? You know your wife, your son and daughter are all in this space somewhere. What would you like to do?
Not far way away.
You actually, you know they were. You do know they were in the keep.
Yeah.
In the
Are they
castle.
still in the keep or are they?
You don't know. You don't see them around anywhere. You know they were in the castle when this all happened, or at least you assume. Castle that is currently on fire but not yet collapsed.
Started from the top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Started
run.
from the bottom.
I'm gonna start making my way towards the keep, the castle, to see if I can find them. What happened with the prisoner?
You don't see him anywhere. You know the Imperium soldiers have been freed and are fighting, but you do not see Felalar anywhere. Roll me a perception check as you make your way into the keep. It's already beginning to fill with smoke. It's getting hard to see, but you can try to make out what you can. Go ahead and roll. Okay. So you know that they were sleeping on the ground floor, and as you kind of make your way in, you see the door through which your family was staying in the room, and you notice there is a pile of debris that has collapsed in front of it and is just slowly beginning to burn. It looks like your family is currently trapped. You can see the door being tried to push open, but it's hitting the debris, and you hear what sounds like your wife struggling on the other side of it. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna use one of my hand axe and see if I can force a gap where they can get through.
Okay, you're gonna just try to pry the door open or hack a door?
Pry it open.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a strength check, please.
Ooh, so far.
Okay. So it takes you a bit to get there, but you do eventually find your way into the keep, just running full speed. You get your axe in behind the door, and you start trying to pry it open. 21's gonna do it. You just feel the hinges start to bend, and you push all of your weight into it. I'm also gonna scoot your mini a little bit. Moved a little further than you probably should have that turn, but I'm gonna allow it, because fuck it, this is dramatic. You just prying the door open. You see your wife's hands on the other side pushing with all of her might, and eventually the debris, it doesn't move, but the top half of the door just breaks off entirely from the pressure you guys are putting on it. She hands you out both of your kids. One who has just like a little scrape. It looks like some debris might have fallen inside the room and caused a little bit of damage, but they are alive and they are safe. And you kind of like are handed the two of them, and then your wife begins to move out. We will say that'll be it for your turn this turn to do all of that. And next turn, you're going to have to worry about getting them out. You see, looking above you, there's just fire kind of licking the roof, like literally just curling up the sides and working its way, and it's beginning to collapse in places, while others are beginning to, or are still holding sturdy. Stanny, you're up.
Okay, do I see a cache anywhere? My Pegasus?
Yep, he is, I'm going to say he's flying around doing what he can to help people. What do you want to do?
Okay, I'm going to just whistle to him and get him to come pick me up.
Okay, you whistle.
I'm going to move my full 30 feet in this way.
You climb. I will say you can climb on your Pegasus.
Sweet. So I'll get on him.
Mm-hmm.
For ease of reasons, I'm going to delete my menu and just use him.
Sure.
So I can't make it the full way, but I'm going to have him kind of fly up just so I can see over the buildings enough here.
Perfect.
If possible.
Yeah. Easily done. That your turn?
Okay, neat.
You deleted your mini, so you're off the initiative order.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, just drag them to the side going forward.
Okay. Gotcha.
I will add this thing too, so we know.
Okay.
10. You're now a horse. Congratulations, you are horse. Don't delete horse.
I have my action, right?
Yeah, technically you do.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam.
Where?
Dude, right just down at kind of the corner here. Measure a circle. Right there.
Okay. I will. I don't think I have a Moonbeam token, so we're just gonna draw a little circle.
Yeah, it's just a 5-foot radius circle.
That'll do. So getting those four, and then they have to make con saves on their turn, or right now.
I believe it's on their turn. Yeah, did I? It doesn't say anything.
That's all good. I think it's first time they enter the space. I could be wrong. No, it is on their turn. Yeah.
When it enters the spell's area for the first time, or starts its turn there.
Okay.
And yeah, so basically my plan is until I feel like I no longer can, I'm just gonna go up and down the beach, trampling zombies, and then I'm just gonna fly the fuck out of here.
Okay, so as you fly up and cast your moonbeam, something draws your attention immediately. First of all, the zombies are going to get to go. And they're basically just trying to force their way through the shield wall. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. That's it. Okay. So luckily, only 2 men go down. 3. Okay, so you watch as 3 of the Imperium soldiers are just pulled out of the shield wall and into the throng of dead bodies and just consumed. You watch the lake fill with a murky red color of their blood as they're just dragged beneath and torn to pieces. Yeah. Stanny, the thing you notice from your kind of elevated position is more worrisome. You watch as a horde begins. Hi. Hello. Coming.
Elder Price.
It's on. Yeah, on their turn. You notice as a horde has breached the northern wall, has finally made its way over the top, and you watch as hundreds of zombies just begin tumbling into the courtyard off the top of the 20-foot high or 40-foot high wall at this point, just crunching with kind of a wet smack into the dirt below before pulling themselves back up and cushioning the fall for more. And there are hundreds just beginning to file over the wall, and it looks like they are about to, at least not on this turn because they used all their movement getting over the wall, are going to try to attack from the north as well.
Seeing that, can I just yell, Gregory, north side?
Sure. Yeah, you can reaction to freeze. The middle finger's so good. Gregory, you're up. There's just a swarm, so that is 1 round of turns. Keep that in mind.
Okay, Gregory's gonna go ahead and rock it. I'd say.
Yeah, this isn't meant to be a fight to win.
How tall was the wall?
40 feet.
40 feet, so Greg's is still 40 feet up high. And
yeah, you see them just pouring over the top like a wave. Like just a cascade of waterfall falling into the zone here.
He's just gonna make his way that way.
Okay.
And then... Yeah,
no!
Level 5!
Not today, you little fuck shit.
You little fuck shit.
When the cat is Marja.
Nah. I love him. Nerd
I love
Holla,
him.
exclamation point D100, please. This works. Everyone say hi to Chowder. This is my boy. This is my little dude.
He's my baby.
He's a little baby.
We love Chowder.
Look at the
We love
little,
Chowder in this chat.
little baby face. 70. Okay, so not... I love you, buddy. Not as bad as it could have been. I am going to close the door, though, because I can't have you going up on the mini shelf. Okay, buddy? I love you. I need a kitty command. You little fuck shit, Rusty 2024. Listen, okay? Listen. Oops.
So 38 fire damage, and I'm gonna center it right here.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's gonna do it.
Did you know that you can?
Yeah, they don't succeed collectively. Doesn't matter. Basically, all the horde, but this fucking dude is consumed by it. The wall does stop the fire from spilling over the other side, but you, at that point, they're zombies. They don't have a lot of HP. You watch as this entire horde is just consumed by flame, and piles of ashes are nothing what's left. And as you watch those bodies, just the ash just kind of float down, you begin seeing as even more zombies begin to just pour over the top of the roof to take their place. It is a never-ending wave. There are millions. I need you guys to understand this. Not only did he burn the entire army and convert them, he raised every single dead person who has ever died around these walls in thousands of years of battles. You are seeing different types of armor throughout all of history here. You are watching history unfold as it comes back to life to try and eat you. Yeah, deal with that information what you will. Gregory, you watch as they're all consumed, and almost as soon as they are gone, more begin filing over to fill their place. I will say you have stopped them from making it over the wall this turn, so next turn they're going to have to use all their movement to collapse back into the zone. So you are holding off the tide at this point. And you all watch as Gregory's just sending fireballs and consuming these zombies as they're trying to make their way over one at a time. Mantuka, what are you doing? Unless Gregory had anything else you wanted to do.
No, I'm good.
Cool. Mantuka, what are you up to?
Same thing as last time. I'm going to dash and motivationally inspire people to be faster and not get killed.
Okay.
Be better. Push
I would say
faster.
intimidation.
Harder.
Keep going. I will say the more you guys help the crowd, the faster they'll all be out of
This
here.
was not my best one.
Not your best. It is. Yeah. No, they are scared, so it's at advantage. 13. You are not really moving things along any faster than you were previously, but you are keeping them moving at a steady rate. At this point, you gather they'll probably.
I don't care about them, really.
You gather they're all of the people you're trying to save, or at least at this point, everyone you can save will be out in 4 turns. So you've actually cut down the amount of time. So the more they help them, the faster you get everyone out is how that's going to work. And at the top, at this point too, you notice the gate is about halfway closed. It kind of began closing at the start of this turn, and it is going to shut completely. There are still people alive on the other side of it, trying to make their way in, rushing as they do so. But, Mantuka, anything else you want to do? Bonus action, anything? Okay.
No, that's me.
Okay, are you moving at all? Or are you just kind of standing there ushering people at this point?
No, I dashed and moved
Okay.
up to where I currently am.
Perfect. All right. Farkin. You're just, I will say, you're like literally inside this burning keep right now, dealing with your family. They're all safe and alive, but you guys do have to make your way out, and it is a bit of a trip to the door. What are you doing? How do you want to solve this problem?
I'm going to pick up the girl, the youngest.
Mhm.
Hold her in my arms and then start running back, trying to motivate people to run faster on the way back towards the gate.
Okay, so you pick up your daughter in your arms, like, and just begin sprinting towards the door. As you're doing so, you let's roll. Let's make this fair. We're gonna roll. So if it's above a 50%, you're gonna have to save against some shit falling. If it's below 50, you're good. So you watch as pieces of debris begin falling, but kind of in the corners away from you, and you gather you're mostly safe, and you kind of break through the door, kind of push through the cloud of smoke that has begun to just kind of settle here in the downsides of this building, and kind of burst back out into the fresh air. Your wife and son begin kind of coughing as fresh air fills their lungs once again. Your daughter too, very faintly in your arms. She is alive. She is well. None of your family is harmed. And as you're looking out, you see this massive stone, almost portal looking basically just a massive stone archway, and in front of it you see the woman who said she could open the gate is just standing there, hand open, channeling magic into this gate, whatever it may be, as beads of sweat are just pouring down her face. Her skin is turning pale, her eyes are just like there's black shadows beginning to form under them. It looks like she is slowly putting everything she has into this portal to save these people as best she can. That'll be your turn to get everyone out safely, but you did save your family, so fucking silver linings there. Next up, we have Stannis Horse.
Okay. I'm gonna fly over to Gregory. I'll land next to him.
As you kind of take off and make your way, Nerd Hollow's weather check kind of kicks in. You do feel the winds kind of kicking up as that sandstorm on which the undead blew in is still kind of billowing around you. At this point, though, it has begun to settle, and you notice as the sand settle, looking out over the Ember Step for about not quite as far as your eyes can see, but almost is just a sea of writhing undead bodies, as literally as far as you can see almost. You are surrounded on all sides, and they're just pouring towards the walls.
I just reach down and grab Gregory and toss him on, and as I do, this is a lost cause, buddy. There's too many of them for us to fight. We need to get out of here.
All right, Leia. Yep. I think the owls have brought the kids there by now. Ooh, okay, let's go.
Okay. And I'm going to have Akesh use his action to dash on the ground 60 feet.
Okay, where to?
Just towards the
The
castle.
gate? Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, no worries.
Towards our way out of here.
Okay, on the zombies' turn, the ones down here
Move yourself.
are going to attack, and they get 5. So we're going to roll 5 attacks. I realize this is way easier. Ooh, okay, shit.
Does a moonbeam do anything?
Yep, it does, but at this point, anytime you damage or kill one, this is just another one emerging behind it. So you're consistently...
I see that and I'll just drop.
Yeah, you're watching them damage, and they are dying, and it's actually helping this side a little bit because it's stemming the tide. You guys are not trying to win or kill these things. You're just trying to stem the flow long enough to get everybody out. But you watch as another 3 men are pulled into the mix at this point. Some of your men, some of the Imperium men. At that point, you see Lynax, who has been commanding them, kind of step into place as well to kind of fill up the rest of this line, and is now fighting himself on the front lines with the zombies there. To the north, and the group continues to pour over the top, and we'll say they're all back right to where they were before Gregory fireballed them. Just an endless wave pouring over these city walls. And you gather without intervention, that swarm will take out most of the people still making their way to the keep. That needs to be dealt with. You guys are running out of time. 2 turns have passed. This is the 3rd turn. Gregory, what are you doing?
Ooh, okay, Gregory is gonna go ahead. I can't do any concentration spells until I'm for sure certain that all the kids are at the place.
Roll me a perception check to see if all the kids have been saved.
Oh, thank you, God.
I'll give you that.
Ryan, move your mini over by Stannis Horse.
Oh, fuck.
You can't tell, but you think so. You don't see any
kids?
You don't see any kids kicking around.
What
You think
kid?
you think you saved them all as best as you can tell.
No. I'm too scared. Fuck it. I cast haste on the horse.
Okay. You watch as all the owls pop out of existence, and as Gregory touches his hand onto the flank of Stannis Horse, or Ikesh, I guess, just kind of smacks the flank. You watch as the glow almost brightens even further than what it was before, and you hear Ikesh's head, or voice in your head. Oh man, I feel fast! I feel so fucking fast right now! Holy shit, dude! Let's go! And you pick up that Ikesh is just wired. You just gave him a shot of crystal meth. Gregory, is that going to be your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Mantuka, you're up.
Meth dosed a horse.
As you're commanding these people to run and make their way, you see the swarm just making its way over the northern wall, and they are almost on you. They'll probably be there next turn. What are you doing?
Be better, and I'm gonna run my dash and motivate them. If you're not first, you're last, and you die with zombies.
Okay, where are you at?
Right at the top of the right over here.
You just sending it right for the keep. I love it. All right, cool. You just begin plowing through people.
If I'm dead and I'm fucking slow.
I'm gonna say roll
I don't
me
have horses with bullshit.
roll me an athletics check as you're just like literally the crowd now is trying to file onto the bridge. You're having to shove your way through people to make your way through.
The athletics set?
Yep.
Fuck people. If it's me or them, it's me. 23.
Okay. Mantuka, you all watch as you guys are trying to do what you can to stem the tide of zombies making their way into the city. You all watch as Mantuka's just elbowing fucking people out of his way on the bridge. Some poor old man tumbles over the edge, like, splashes into the water below, and then has to just crawl out. You'll notice the castle is built on a cliffside, but the moat itself is basically, you can crawl right out of it on this side. So he just pulls himself up and looks up at Mantuka, kind of gives him a stink eye, makes his way back into the crowd to try to file into the space. Okay, Mantuka, that's your turn. Farkin, you're up.
Once I drop my wife and kids off at the gate, I'm gonna make my way back towards, where am I?
You're right there.
So to say.
Yep. Okay.
And, well, help people who need help to get towards the gate.
Okay, as you're kind of standing there, grabbing people's arms and trying to help them through the crowd, picking out who might need more help and not, you see Mantuka just barreling through people towards you at full speed. I'm gonna say, roll me a strength saving throw, as you're basically standing there trying to direct these flow of people towards the gate, and they're just powering right into you, and you're just trying to have to hold your ground and stand firm against it. Okay, 14's enough. You basically have to shove people to either side around you and direct them towards the gate, but you're managing to hold. You see the chaos unfolding on the other side of things, and yeah, do with that info what you will. Next up, we have Stannis Horse. What are you doing?
Okay, so I have a horse that can go at the speed of light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have super fast horse. You hear it catching your head like, I'm ready to fucking go, dude!
Where is Lynax?
Lynax doesn't have a mini at the moment. We're gonna say he is this guy. I'm gonna put a little green dot on him. Green dot is Lynax. There you go.
I'm gonna fly over and be just kind of above and behind him a little bit. Actually, no, I'm gonna be like right above him, basically, 10 feet up in the air. And I'm just gonna look down at him and say, "It's a lost cause, buddy. We need to go."
He looks back at you. I am not leaving until every person is safe.
We've got that handled. Just another couple of seconds.
He looks over at the horde making their way over the wall. Do you? Maybe you should handle it. I'll handle this. And he just stands his ground. He ignores you completely. He's not listening to you.
Make sure you get out, and okay, I'll turn around and fly all the way back across to the other side of the
because you have fucking super speed horse. Absolutely.
And I'm gonna make sure I stay above these fucks.
Okay.
They can't hit me. And I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna take the hammer, and I'm gonna basically just like, I don't know, channel it somehow, and I'm going to activate its thing.
Mantuka, go ahead and roll me an intimidation, by the way, as well, to see how well. You did force your way through with the athletics, but it'll be fun to intimidate you.
I basically bring it down on the air.
No one's listening. They're just mad at you for shoving.
Mostly
they're all panicking because now there's a minotaur shoving them off the bridge.
Oh shit, guys, what's going on?
Look at it! We gotta get
here! It's alright! Fuck your hip! Bye!
Alright, so what are you doing with the maze?
I am going to have it do its awakened thing, where it causes an explosion of radiant energy, so everything within 10 feet has to make a DC 15 wisdom save or take that.
Okay.
Radiant damage.
I'm gonna delete the back of this group because that's how short the line is now. Does 6 radiant damage?
Yep.
You give him a little poot?
Yep.
As you kind of blast this cone of radiant damage. You notice that some of them do take double damage from it, are just consumed in this holy light and fade into ash, only to have more zombies take their place just after. Is that your turn?
Now, it doesn't say anything about what that is, if it's an action or a bonus action. It just says once per turn, and only after it has awakened.
It has to be as part of an attack roll. Like, yeah, you have to do it as part of an attack. It's not just a free D10 anytime you want. It's part of when you hit.
Okay, well then I guess
D10.
I will have to come down and
take a swingy at them, and that's gonna hit. So whatever you roll plus the 6 from the blast will carry on to everyone else. Is how that works.
Sure.
Jesus. Okay, more than enough.
And then we may as well have the catch take his.
Yeah, you fucking hasted as fuck right now. So you watch a stand, he just flies over and just underhand, almost like is it cricket? What's the one where they're polo? No. It's the one where they're on horses and they whack the ball
Polo.
around. Yeah, he basically polo swings his hammer around underneath, just smacks one of the zombies in the face, and as it does, just poof, you see a burst of radiant energy just explode from the tip of the mace, taking with it a number in the vicinity, and they're just replaced by more. God damn, dude. You rolled in that one, though. That's sad.
I used my advantage. I had
Fair
my
enough.
advantage.
Okay, so that hits. And
The
you're
catch
just...
only rolled a 10 on his hooves.
Yeah, so no luck there. You're just carving through this group and watching them fall and just be replaced by more and more. But you are effectively stemming the tide. You notice this side is starting to push through. Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll stay here just to try and goad at least some of them into not going for the civilians. So yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'll take an attack of opportunity and I'll just go another 5 feet up in the air so that Gregory won't get hit.
Okay. Oh, that's the right side, yeah.
Oh shit!
Natural 20.
Is it gonna be me or my horse?
Technically, it would be your horse, more or less. It's up to you. I'll allow you to take that hit if you want to.
I'd way rather take the hit.
Okay, so yeah, no, absolutely. I did say they attack you as you move, so well, yeah, that's fine. So the base damage on that is 64. So 6 times 4, which is 24. Plus what I rolled, which is 19.
Oh, I thought you said 64 and I
No,
shit myself.
6d4. 6d4. So 24
Okay.
plus the 19, which is just
I can take that.
43. Right? Yes.
Yep.
You take 43 points of of bludgeoning damage as the horde just slams into you. And it's not just one hand, it's several, all reaching up. And as you do, you kind of maneuver your horse out of the way so you take the hit, and you feel these claws just scratch into your back as they do so. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Next up will be their turn. I'm just going to move your horse out of the way so they don't get caught in this. They are more interested in going forward than anything else. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that because there's more. They're just pouring over the wall at this point, and you see the people beginning to panic and climb over each other, and begin like people are actually being thrown to the ground to make room as people are trying to now bowl people over in a panic. And you see some of the weaker people still in the group here being thrown to the side and literally tossed onto the ground by people stronger than them.
I wasn't fucking joking.
Next up down here,
Break it off.
that horde is going to go ahead and take its series of attacks, which is going to be 5 attacks. Scoot. None is a natural 20. So if it's, the way I'm doing is if any of them hit a natural 20, that's going to hit Lynax. It's not going to be a crit, but that's going to be the attack that hits Lynax. So 3 of them are going to do it. You watch another 3 men disappear from this side, and as that happens, you watch as some of the horde begins to break through and start making its way up. I'm also going to copy paste that because there's more coming in behind. Oh god, that was too many.
Was it though?
That was way too many. No, I mean, that is probably the most accurate depiction I can give. So anytime you see zombies go down, there's more just filing out behind them as they do so. Next up, we have Gregory. You notice your line has begun to falter. There's now a stream of zombies pushing through a hole in the wall. Lynax is trying to back up and deal with that as he will. He's taking his turn on the zombies, so I'll let him do his round of attacks. Pop off, King. Okay. It doesn't really matter because they're just going to keep coming. So you watch as Lynax is out basically trying to shove back against them and hold them back a little bit. He's struggling, but he basically single-handedly is now trying to stem this flow of zombies through this hole in the shield wall. That'll be him. Gregory, what are you doing?
Lynax is to the north there.
South. He's the green dot.
He's the green.
He is the green dot.
Oh, there he is.
We're way up here.
Let's see.
You are
That's
right there.
Too far. Damn it.
Oh yeah, you're on the horse still. Shit.
Yeah.
Wait, aren't you flying on your own?
I had the broom.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Still with the horse though. Whee. What you doing?
Stan, I gotta go help him.
Go.
By the way, you're on your
Gotcha.
4th. This is turn number 4.
Mhm.
Next turn's the last one. You guys got to get out of here. You very quickly start to realize you're about to be overwhelmed. You might have to make some hard choices, but at the end of this turn, all of the people will be safe. So as long as the zombies don't make it to them this turn, they'll likely be okay. What you doing?
I'm gonna cast Fireball, 5th level, spell sculpting it around him.
Okay, so Lynax is just fighting for dear life as all of a sudden this fiery explosion goes off. You see him recoil in fear, almost like he's expecting to be taken, and as the flames just engulf him, completely killing all the zombies that have broken through that line. I didn't want to kill that dude too. Well, you know what? Fuck it. He gets to die. Not my problem. We lost one dude. It's fine. He didn't actually die. His mini's just gone. You see Lynax now just standing there. No more zombies around him on any side. Just kind of confused, and then seeing you kind of looking down at him with the fireball. He's going to be like, all right, fall back. He's going to issue an order, and the men are going to, the shield wall is going to start slowly giving ground and trying to recoil a little bit. Okay, fireball, very good. They're not even rolling to save against it because they're not smart enough to move. They're just taking the hits and sending more zombies in this place. Mantuka, you see the group to the north is dangerously close to reaching the civilians. What are you doing?
To the north. Oh, way over there. Fuck him, buddy. Fuck him. Can't help him if I'm fucking dead, broski. And Mantuka's gonna go and he's gonna use his fucking dash action, and I'm gonna honk down for whenever someone gets close enough. I'm gonna grab them and yeet them in the fucking portal.
Okay, so you're just standing by the portal, fucking yeeting people?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Roll me an athletics check. Like you're just one, like as you're basically standing there, and as people come by, grabbing them by the back of the pants and just tucking them behind you.
Like I just did a haka and I'm right in there. I pumped up and I'm just whoop.
Okay, easily done. Yeah, with a 19, you're just like one at a time, just hurling people through the gate, increasing the flow of traffic dramatically. They're definitely doing better now. Next up, Farkin. Farkin, what are you doing?
I want to use They Give Passage. You and the creature you help each increase your walking speeds by 10 feet until the start of next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So the people, is only one person, or is that? Well, I'm just gonna put it on the guy that Mr. Mantuka yeeted off the bridge then.
Okay, give it to the old man. He just starts hauling ass. I feel so fast now. He just beelines past you on his way to the portal. I'm going to basically.
Fast with a bone hip.
Next up, is anything else you want to do on your turn? You do still have your action and everything.
Do I see that? The what's he called? Falalar. Did we see him run past?
Roll me a perception check.
I think I know where he is.
18? 18?
Yeah.
So, you looked around the whole time, and as you kind of trying to pick him out of the crowd, you're like, I don't see him. You look for the robes, you know he wears his usual wardrobe. Nothing stands out, and then just as you're about to give up, you pay really close attention. You look very, very hard at someone as someone kind of brushes past you and knocks into you, and you look. Something didn't quite add up right with the way that felt. Like you saw something hit you and didn't feel it right away until it was a little deeper. And you watched as part of you kind of passes into an illusion a little bit. And you get the sense that someone is trying to disguise themselves as they're walking past you magically. Like you're hit by a grown man who looked about 5'10", maybe 6 feet, quite burly. And as you kind of like feel them brush past you, you don't feel that level of weight behind it. Definitely seems suspect to you.
And I want to use maneuver trip attack on him.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Drip attack.
Simple weapon.
Whatever weapon for the sake of the attack, use whatever weapon you have. If you want to use your scimitar, that's +2. Go ahead. Totally allowed. You can attack non-lethal if you're just trying to trip. 16 will hit. He's not expecting it. He thought he was disguised. He's not wearing armor, and he is not casting mage armor or shield or anything. So as he brushed past you, you hear the voice, which also doesn't match the size of the man who hit you. Just like, oh, I'm sorry. And you fucking recognize that voice immediately. And as you do, you spin your scimitar around so the blunt end of the inside of the blade is facing. You just swing it around and catch the inside or the front of his boot and flick him up, and he just collapses face first into the dirt. As you do, you see the illusion fade as he does not maintain his fucking concentration on maintaining that illusion. And you see Felalar wearing very simple peasant's clothing, trying to blend in with the crowd and sneak past you, just looking up at you from the dirt now. Please, I just want to leave. I just want to go. You need me. I'm a bargaining chip. You need me.
Funny thing about bargaining chips is you need a casino, and that dragon took out all of it.
I think I have... How many attacks do I have?
So many. So many. You're a fighter. You used one at level 13. You'd like counting action surge, like 8.
3?
I think it's 3 at level 13 fighter.
Like
3 per turn.
Yeah.
Oh, Stanny got row body. We're back. Okay.
Screen as well.
Yeah, you can go ahead and attack him if you want to, if that's what you're going for.
Yeah, I'm gonna slam the scimitar in his kneecap.
Fucking send it. Yeah.
Are you trying to kill him, or are you just beating him?
No, I'm just gonna make sure that he can't walk and won't reach the portal in time.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack. He would it would be a called shot at disadvantage, but he's prone, so it's at advantage, so it cancels out. 27's gonna do it. Go ahead and roll your damage. This is an old man. This is an old man.
Let's see. Where do I do that again? Damage.
Yeah, right next to it there should be a damage dice. Okay. So as he's trying to stand up and just begging for his life after you've tripped him, he's just halfway on his way up. You spin the scimitar back around and kind of get it around the back of his knee and drag the blade across his tendon, and his leg just goes all limp, almost like a fish, and you see him try to put weight on it and just collapse to the ground as he screams in pain. He ain't walking anywhere anytime soon. You see him trying to like move on his other leg and try to stand back up and try to push himself, leaning on the wall as he's doing so. Still making his way towards the portal, just on one foot now, while the other one kind of just hangs limply and uselessly at his side. What do you want to do?
I'll take out the other leg as well. Just why the fuck not?
That's fair. That's valid. Fair reaction, I'd say.
I will not yeet this legless man if he comes in my grabbing range.
Yeet him the other way. Yeet him the other way.
Yeah,
24 is going to do it. Go ahead and roll your damage. You don't really need to, as you basically slice one tendon, and then as he's trying to stumble along, you slice the other. Both legs at this point useless. He's still trying to crawl his way towards the portal, because he knows that getting to that is still better than what's on the other side. That will be your turn after all of that, however.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, Stannis Horse. You know, you have an idea of the things going on here. What do you want to do? The horde is very quickly.
The bridge towards the portal, right?
They're mostly, I would say. I can hear you, Chowder. I can hear him on the side of the door.
Oh, right.
But yes,
So-
they're basically to that point on the bridge. I know, I see you. I'm not. It's food time. I know I'm busy.
And we get one more turn, right?
You
After
do
this?
have one more turn, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to turn around. There's no sense in fighting anymore, so I'm going to turn around and go lie down to line X. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to grab him because he's too stubborn to leave on his own. So I'm just basically going to like drive by, grab him, and throw him onto Akesh.
Go ahead and roll
Drive by,
me
blah, blah, blah.
athletics. He feels the hand grasp onto his back, and he immediately just shrugs it out of the way. I'm not leaving my men. Go! Now!
It'll be the death of you one day, and I turn around and leave. And I'm gonna go plot myself right behind these people.
Okay. You kind of guiding their way in?
Yeah, and then next turn I'm through the portal.
Okay. Next up, is going to be the zombies. Before them, I'm going to have him go, however, as he pulls whatever forces he has left to cover the retreat over the bridge. I'm going to have them regroup kind of over here and work their way backwards and try to help as they're doing so. Oh, he's working his way. He's just not leaving his men, but, like, you're a smart guy. As you guys are all making your way at the start of the next order, you watch as the dragon, Ropesh atop its back, flies over the center of the arena, the Bloodspring arena, about 100 feet above it, and just watch. And you all hear over the din of the chaos, the battle, you hear a voice echoing out, dry, raspy.
Run if you like. There is no place I will not find you. Welcome to the new world.
And he flies the dragon down and breathes another gout of purple flame into whoever was left alive outside of the keep gate on the other side. And you hear silence. The dragon takes off and flies into the sky, leaving the city completely behind it, knowing that he has won, and just flies off into the distance. Zombies are going to move their movement as best they can. Boop. Boop. They're not very fast. These ones are a little quicker though. Gregory, you might want to delete yourself. Oh, you're still there. No, you're not. You're with Stanahorse.
No, I'm still there.
Oh, you're not? My bad.
He's
My
just
bad.
up in the air.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah. I flew off.
Oh,
I had
okay,
to
good.
try and save this guy.
You're on the broom. That's fine then. These guys are all gonna start moving forward. They're passing beneath you and trying to cut off the bridge and try to reach their way into the keep. What do you want to do? You are at the top of the order. You're out of the initiative. I need to put you back in there, but that's okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and just rocket towards the gate and the portal. Is this a 40-foot wall as well?
No, that one's only 20 feet high. But it is
fantastic.
Yeah, you can get over it.
And can I dash on a broom?
Yeah. If you want to use your action for nothing else.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and
Buy
just
the drink
action
first.
dash right into here.
Okay.
So I'm just like, I'm skipping the line. I got
so,
dash pass, bitches!
As the end of turn 4 comes and Gregory turn starting, you notice the last of the civilians go through the portal at this point. They're all off the bridge. I'm just not going to delete them all at this point. The last of the group goes in. You see the 2 mages follow suit, and then the one holding the portal open looks up. Hurry! I can't do this much longer. You see her just struggling. She's like one hand on the ground at this point, holding her hand up to the portal and just channeling whatever she has left into it. You see the skin has almost aged in this time. Her cheeks have grown sunken and shallow. The bags under her eyes are dark and black. She's giving this everything she has, and you guys have this turn to get into it. This is turn 5. You have till now to get in the portal. What are you doing? Gregory, if you're not going to make it from that distance, you need to figure out how you're going to. Otherwise, you will be left behind when the portal closes. You still have your turn, so if there's anything else you think you can do to get there, now's the time. Even if it's jumping and trying to fly through the air.
1 second.
I'm a squirrel!
What's up, Mango? Welcome in.
I use Misty Step.
Okay.
A giant swirl of eyeballs, all very red like they've been crying recently, just swirl around Gregory, and in unison they boop, blink, and it's gone, and he just poofs into existence.
Yeah,
Let's
you
say
pop up right in front of the portal, and then are you gonna...
right on the door.
Yeah, you can wait until your party's there to step through if you want to in the last moment before the turn's over, we'll say. That
I just follow my ass with it holding a broom, and I'm like, poof.
Okay. Next up, Mantuka.
I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna keep eating people there, but
Everyone is through. It is just you guys now. All of the civilians are through. It is just your party and your troops that Lynax is leading. Who, at this point, you're kind of getting the idea he's not going to be making the trip.
Oh yeah, fuck him.
No.
I'm gonna hold my action until the end of Stanny's turn.
Okay. Are you holding your movement for that, basically, or what's the plan? What action are you holding, basically, is all I need to know.
My action will be, if need be, I'll help anyone I can within range and to still be able to get to the portal.
Okay. Fair enough.
It'd be just kind of like a hey.
Yeah,
what's
just
up?
go wait up to it. Okay, no worries. You make your way towards the portal. Barkin.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Mantuka a gift passage as well, so he's got some more walking speed. And I'm gonna dash towards the gate.
Okay, your wife and kids have already made it through the other side. You make your way. Are you going straight through? Or are you waiting for the rest of the group? What's the plan?
I'm waiting for the rest in front of the
Okay, at this point, Gregory, Mantuka, and Farkin are all just lined up right at the thing. Stanny, you on your horse, kind of in the air, can not quite make out what's going on over there, but you see the portal starting to flash as if it's not quite staying as well as it should be. What do you want to do? You see Linax just at this point has formed a line, and they're closing on the bridge and holding it off long enough for you to get out.
I just look at Linax.
Less of a quote, more of a question. If I was a halfling, cut lycanthropy, would you let me look like a werecorby? 100%. Also, slay Ryan, you get inspiration. There you go.
Yay!
I kind of look at Linax, and I look back at the portal, and it kind of hits me there that if he doesn't leave his men, he's not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at him.
back in a minute.
He kind of like from behind not even the shield, just the arm. He's fighting him off, but jams the wrist in one of their mouths as they're clamping down on the steel, breaking their teeth. Go! I've got this! And he's just fighting his way back to the bridge, step by step. And you can tell very quickly they're being overwhelmed. What are you doing? This is your only chance.
Stanley just pauses for a sec. Tears start coming from his eyes, and he realizes that he's got to go, and makes his way over to the portal.
Okay. You see Stanny and Ikesh fly over the top. As you do, you watch as pushing back through the gate, you see Linax and his line of men, now only 5 of them, holding the gate as best they can. You see them pushing back into the courtyard where the portal is. You see the woman now just on her hands and knees, one hand barely held up. Go! Now! Go!
We're going! Let's go! Let's go!
I jump through.
Okay, you all
Yeah, me too.
step through and feel yourselves engulfed in this kind of pale greenish light. As you do, you look back, you see Linax now alone as he is being overwhelmed. The horde coming for me, standing there with one last breath, and you see the mage as she just looks up at you. Good luck. And you see her conjure one final ball of fire in her hand. She grabs her necklace that you know very well, and she walks straight towards Linax, and together, the 2 of them are completely engulfed in flame. And at very least, you know that Linax gave his life defending you all, and died in probably the most painless way he could have. And as you guys step out the other side of the portal, you find yourselves in a courtyard, underneath a giant tower, just towering right up into the clouds above, the kind of floating parts around the top of it. And as you look around, you try to make big stock of who's still with you and who isn't. I want you all to roll me a perception check. Arkin, your wife and kids are safe. You don't see anyone else you recognize. Stanislav. You don't see Elsevier. Not with that. There's just too many people around. There's too much hustle and bustle. You're not sure if he made his way out. Gregory. You look around, and you see Borlian. Alone. None of his people with him. Just himself. Wounded grievously. Mantuka. You look, see if you recognize anyone from your warband. You come to the stark realization that you are very likely the last Iron Hoof on this continent.
Praise Mogus.
And that is where we will call the session for today.
Can I ask one thing? Can I see Val anywhere?
Roll me another perception check.
Oh my god.
Guidance him for this one.
Sure.
Oh my god, this is the best game in the world. Holy shit, 4 plus 16.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
You do see Valzir. You're kind of one of your first mentors. Next to Borlian, kind of a couple seats away, you find him just kind of head in his hand. You see a fresh trail of blood just seeping through his fingers, and as he kind of looks up at you, you see a gouge through his eye, which is now just completely missing. Valzir looks at you with his one good eye. At least we made it through the other side.
Greg just breaks down and hits the floor and starts crying.
And that is where we'll wrap things up for today. I want to thank you guys. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry, everybody.
That was incredible. Don't be sorry. Holy shit.
I hope you all had fun with that. I mean, that was hard. We are getting very close to the end of the campaign, and I want to thank you all for giving your time to me tonight. Dro with 1,000 biddies. You didn't have to do that, buddy. You never, ever, that's never necessary. Thank you so much for the biddies, you guys.
Incredible.
Yeah. I'm a little emotional. I need to go have a smoke. So I thank everyone for joining me. Let's get a shout out for Kieran. Everyone, big thanks to Kieran to showing up as a guest today. He's practically brand new to D&D, and man, fucking killed it today. I'm very
One of the heaviest
so much.
sessions we've had ever.
yeah, hell yeah.
The love that you fucking had for his family. Oh my god.
Keep thinking of Farkas, though.
Fuck us. There's a shout out for
Kills me.
Ryan. Y'all go show some love to the homies. We're gonna raid out on good old Rusty. We gotta guide the raid. That's easy. That's an easy one. That's an easy decision. Man dropped a 40 bomb on us today. He's playing some Fortnite. I think he's doing an anniversary thing, or he's recently celebrating an anniversary. So be sure to go show
10
some
years.
love over there. That
Crazy.
shit's crazy. If you haven't already, swing over. Yeah, I got that, Mango. I will check it after the game. There is Fire Mission Battery. Go check that out. If I forgot anyone, Ryan G. Wiz, Kieran's all done. We're all good. If you guys haven't already, swing to the Discord. Come check that out. I'm going to be hanging in there later. Getting a little aftercare in maybe, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go cry. Go swing by the YouTube. We upload the stuff pretty regularly there. This week episode will be out a week after next Monday. I'm all flustered. I can barely fucking put my thoughts together right now. I want to thank everyone who came by. Dro with 1,000 biddies. Good old Rusty with the 40 bomb. Y'all the best. Stormy, thank you for hanging. JTB, thank you for hanging. Aves, Kayla, everybody. I love you all. You're all the very best. And honestly, I'm so truly blessed to have you all with me. Last but not least, if you got them, drop those raid emotes in chat. Y'all know the spiel. I have been Rusty. These have been my friends. This has been Kieran, who is also my friend, but also a mentor and the keeper of time.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for having
Keeper
me.
of all of time. Go show some love to everybody, guys.
Thanks for
we'll see
staying
you.
up for us.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Thank you for taking a day off work for us too. We will see you guys next week for wherever this is gonna go. And I will see you all tomorrow, maybe for something lighthearted and fun. I don't know. I love you guys. Goodbye. See you later.